Yo, how's it going? Buy me chickens. How's it going, dude? The stream did just start, so pretty much nothing has happened, by the way. Pretty much just getting it started. Hope you're having a good day, man. Um, yeah, started a little bit early, about 11 minutes early, but yeah, I wanted to make sure that I can get the stream nice and smooth. Yo, how's it going, Andrew? Welcome to the stream. This is the second stream that I've ever done, which is pretty cool. Uh, yeah, all here from Sydney, Northern Beaches. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah, that's we're neighboring states because I'm from Queensland. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, doing pretty good, doing pretty good. I hope you guys are all having a good day. I did stream early on purpose for everybody that is in Australia. Last time I streamed, it was it was about like 12 a.m. in Australia, so not many people in Australia could see it. And also, it was a weekday as well. I don't know why I did that. It's a Friday, and also it's a little bit earlier, so people in Australia can also see my stream as well, which is pretty sick. And then as we get to like 11, I'm sure more people. Why are we live, Sam? Oh, I'm doing a live stream. So I do a live stream. I announced it in my Discord server. If you were in my Discord server, you would know that. So make sure to join my Discord. I made an announcement that I'm going to be going live. This is my second time going live. So yeah, it's basically just like a discussion stream. So we talk about obviously like Pokemon and One Piece investing, but like sometimes people will send their like collective profiles so I can take a look at them and then I can like review it on stream. We can just talk about it. But yeah, it's pretty fun. Last time it was pretty good. I did it last time for about 2 hours. So I think I did it about 3 weeks ago. So yeah, um, still getting it set up. I think I've notified the Discord. I'm just gonna start posting it around. Just want to get the word out. But yeah, I hope you guys all having a good day. If you guys have any questions, make sure to ask. Is this going to be an often thing? Yeah, maybe like depending on how like much people want it, maybe like maybe every fortnight, probably. Look, depend. It basically as long as people like it and people want it, I'll do it. It's just experimenting, doing something new, just experimenting different formats of content. I saw another streamer do this where they did like live like discussions, and I thought it was pretty cool in my opinion. So I figured just might as well do it myself. It was pretty decent last time. There were a lot of good conversations that me and the chat had. So yeah, um, yeah. Okay, so moving from us to Brisbane, what products do I bring over that have a crazy premium? Oh, sorry, moving from US to Brisbane. Okay, items that have premium. Pretty much just Pokemon Center ETBs. Pokemon Center ETBs are like impossible to get here. If you're ever in the States and you want to like do some sort of arbitrage and you want to bring it over to Australia, yeah, your best bet is 100% PC ETBs. The reason is because we don't get them. Australia does have a Pokemon Center site, but we don't get any drops. So you're guaranteed if you're buying like my Black Bolt PC ETBs and all these dudes here, well, you've got import, you've got usually fees, usually some sort of conversion fee. If you're using something like PayPal, usually like if you're converting it from AUD to USD, AUD to Great British Pounds, you always have to convert that. So you've got conversion fees, you've got import, and also you've got fat shipping. So it is your best bet if you want to get like the best arbitrage. If you were to drop, let's just say 10k USD on PC ETBs, when you bring them in, just saying you didn't pay any import, I don't know if you would declare that, that's your decision, but just, I don't know how much the limit is, I don't know what the legal side of that is, but just going by the pure premium, like, okay, a Paldean Fates ETB is like 370 USD on TCG Player. If you were to sell it in Australia, you could probably get 500, maybe even 550 USD. So there is a pretty fat premium. When you get to stuff like Black Bolt, it's like 170 in the States, but then it turns out to be like 250 here, maybe even more, probably even more. So yeah, PC ETBs are your best bet, like hands down. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Oh yeah, that's probably fine. I'm always like public about that. I don't really have any reason to hide it. I'm 20 years old. I know the market is up right now, but if you have to answer what's the best thing to invest, or what's the best OP to invest in, well, okay, for One Piece, I reckon the best item to invest in is probably just PRBO2. The reason why is PRBO2 is it's kind of like the last good box that's cheap. You got like OP13, which is about 500 USD, and then you got boxes like EBO2, which is like 600 USD. Then you got those older boxes like OPO5, that's like almost $1,000 USD. But then when you get something like PRBO2, it is a little bit more on the cheaper end. It's about $320, which is a little bit better than other boxes. So yeah, it is the best one to buy. Me personally, I'm not really buying much One Piece at the moment, just for the sole reason that everything is really overpriced. Meanwhile, Pokemon is still very cheap. I mean, I would probably rather buy like, Evolving Skies and something like that versus, sets that are 6 months old with One Piece and they're like $500, which is ridiculous. I'm just holding on to the One Piece boxes that I have, but I'm not really bothering getting any more. I will get some more in the future, but just not now. My local card shop has not dropped EBO3 booster boxes. They are going to set one aside for me, hopefully multiple. I'm just going to have to go in to double check. If I have to pay 300 USD or 400 USD for those, I just might not bother, if I'm being honest with you. It's just too much for me, especially for a set that's literally brand new. So, yeah. Did a 25k sale today. Oh, nice. I'm assuming that was like a submission of something. I know you had a couple Sunbreons that you submitted, so I'm assuming it's something like that. Open 13 set value is so crazy that 550 USD is cheap in my opinion. Yes, it is very good. However, Bandai, how they treat heavy demand is just doing a fat reprint. See, Pokemon drip feed it. Pokemon generally like to... Oh, actually, you know what? While we're like relatively early in the stream, I might actually just post this stream in... I might just post this on my other channel as well. But yeah, so with oh crap, wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so with OP13, so my problem with OP13 is that how Bandai usually treat reprints is they do a fat reprint. There's the other dude, Pokemon, they generally treat reprints where they will do like drip feeds, so they'll slowly do reprints and then you kind of just live right now. Sorry, I just want to quickly post this. Okay, there we go. So yeah, generally with Bandai, they'll catch you off guard. So that's what they did last time, at least. When OP05 came out and it was extremely expensive, they just did one fat drop and it just corrected it straight to 150. I'm not saying the same thing will happen, but for me, just at 550 USD is a bit much. And I don't really need more. I don't really want more. I'm happy with what I got. So yeah, if it becomes really cheap in the future, sure, I'll buy some more. But I also don't have a problem missing out on that opportunity because 550 USD is a lot. But yeah, that's my personal opinion. I think the top cards are 35k USD in value. So yeah, they are around that range. Just the only thing, it's good, but like it's still new and it's still open to reprints. So it's not to say that it'll go back down to MSRP, but the supply is so dry for OP13. They can quench that thirst straight down to $300 if they do a fat reprint. Not even a fat reprint. If they just do a mediocre reprint, it'll go down to $300, in my opinion. Now, it might not hold that price, but it could go down to that price. So if you're buying a 550, that's like almost a 50% loss if it does go to that price. That's why, I was advocating buying for 250, 300, absolutely. But when it gets above to like 550, I understand it's a really good set, but anyways, that's just my personal opinion there. Yeah. What do you think about OP13 prices in the UK? It jumped from £270 to 400 in a few days. Do you think a reprint's coming? Do I think a reprint's coming? I have literally no idea. But what I think of it, it's great. Yeah, sure. If you hold on to it like I do, happy days. But it's just still, a bit much. I mean, I did just blabber on for a bit, so Yeah, that's basically just my opinion on it. I think it's a bit overpriced. It's great if you're holding it, and if you're thinking about selling it, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it's worth selling it, to be honest. Like, I mean, it can kind of like you can offset some of your costs. I did sell a couple boxes to offset some of my costs. I don't think it's worth selling everything you have. Like, it's not that kind of item where you'd want to sell it and then try buy back cheaper to like do some sort of arbitrage. But I think it's just good to kind of just wait. Um, like, there's no harm in waiting, seeing where it goes. If it goes down, you can buy a little bit more. If it goes up, just hold what you've got. And happy days. Hey from Florida, USA. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Did you see that perfect order set? What are your thoughts on it? So, perfect order. Me personally, I'm hoping it flops. So, Pokemon are bringing out too many good sets. Now, the problem, I'm going to make an in-depth video talking about this. Here's the problem. If they make too many good sets, it does really damage the potential to invest in certain sets. Because, like, Evolving Skies, it completely stands out from any other set in Sword and Shield, right? But if you get to Scarlet and Violet and you get to Mega Evolution, if they make every single set in Mega Evolution a banger, then none of them are a banger, right? Only one or two are a banger. If the standards get increased, then that means what would have been investable 5 years ago is no longer investable because the standards have gone up. You actually want the standards to go down and then blow everyone's expectations out the water. That's what they did with Surging Sparks, Destined Rivals, and Prismatic Evolutions. They just killed the expectations with Paradox Rift, Shroud of Fable, Stellar Crown, just these awful sets. They just killed everybody's expectations, and then boom, Twilight Masquerade, boom, Surging Sparks, boom, Prismatic, and then joined together, then boom, Destined Rivals, and then it created that momentum. So what we want is, we want Perfect Order to kill that momentum, so Phantasmal Flames has killed a lot of confidence in Mega Evolution, the era, which is good. The reason why it's good is because you don't want the money to split everywhere. You want the money to be focused on a couple really good sets. So you want it to be focused on Fusion Strike, Lost Origin, Brilliant Stars, Evolving Skies. Then you want to get focused on Palette Fates, 151, Prismatic. You know, there's good quality sets, right? If it's shifted onto everything, then a lot of the time, those really good items struggle to go up. Anyways, very long story short, the point is that I do want Perfect Order to be a flop. It does seem like it'll be a flop, to be honest, but it also does seem like Pokemon want that to happen. So, yeah, that's just my opinion. Do you think we'll ever see boxes go as cheap as they were in 2022 and 2023? No. I do think that they will in 2024, though. Somewhat. So, okay, a lot of people act like 5 years ago, booster boxes used to be $90. And this was something that I debunked a couple videos ago in the late of last year. I made a video basically explaining how people say that booster boxes used to be $90 like a long time ago. Okay, assuming it's 2025, not talking about 2026, it was literally last year, okay? 2024, like September or even November, Scarlet Violet base was $90 a booster box. So people act like it was this distant time ago. Bro, it was like 15 months ago, around the range. It was like 15 months ago when booster boxes used to be that price. However, it's not. So a lot of people throw the inflation, or a lot of people throw that things have gone expensive and stuff like that, which is partially valid for like Fusion Strike, because Fusion Strike used to be like $70, although it's a bit of like a black swan. But for that $90 range, people say that it can't happen because expenses are getting too high and all these other reasons, which is partially true that I can't go to like 2020 state, but people do often forget very easily that 2024 we had boxes $90. So like even Paldea Evolved, I bought it for 135 AUD, which is about like what, $90 USD, even less. Actually, let me see, what is 135 AUD to USD? It was cheap, yeah, so $90. So I bought Paldea Evolved booster boxes for $90. And in Australia, you don't have like the sales tax on top. Usually that's baked into the price. So just $90 clean. That's what I paid for Paldea Evolved in 2024. So that whole mentality that it can't happen because of that reason is generally not really true. I do see the mentality. It feels like if we're talking 2020 times, I know inflation has been about 30-ish% from 2020 to now, or maybe even more, but it's around that range. But last year it was super cheap. However, this is the however part. As Pokemon continues to go up, confidence does grow in it. And this is where the market has shifted. In Sword and Shield, if you were there, you can vouch. A lot of people didn't believe in Sword and Shield. Not to the level that they don't, but not to the level that people like have. Sorry, no, I would say they had a lot of disbelief. Now, this day and age, there's a lot of belief in Pokemon. Now, do not mistake my words. People still, people still hate on Pokemon. People still hate on Pokemon investing. People still believe it's going to go to zero, but not as much as people do previously. Previously, in Sword and Shield, it was like preached so heavily, it would never go up. And there's a fair reason why. Personally, I didn't believe it. I bought into Fusion Strike when it was $100 a box. I bought into Evolving Skies when it was like $200, $300, $400 a box. I bought into, Brilliant Stars and all those goodies like $100, $150 a box, right? However, so I didn't buy into that. But I do understand their mentality because the Lovebirds and those cards, they were like 2.5k or 3k PSA 10 pop. But then Sword and Shield, you had the Moonbryon like 10,000 PSA 10s or 15,000 PSA 10s. And people arguing like there's no way this can go up. Now, people laugh at those people, but they actually did have sort of a fair mentality, right? Like you got to give them like credit where credit is due. It's actually kind of valid because the pops were so much higher. Anyways, long story short, the point is that there was way less belief that Pokemon would go up then versus now. That's why, in my opinion, I think Desmond is going to do great, but it's going to have a far much harder time hitting 2.5k than Evolving Skies has. I think Desmond is probably going to lag behind by about 300 to 400 days. I don't think it necessarily means that it's just going to be dirt cheap. That's not what I'm saying. I just think it's going to lag behind Evolving Skies, and then the next one, say Ascended Heroes, is going to lag behind Destined Rivals, and then whatever the next new hot set is in 2028, and so on and so forth. That's my personal opinion. Maybe we see like a great crash that resets everything, but I just doubt it. My generation, Gen X, we're built, Gen Z, we're completely built different. Most of us don't really care about owning properties. Obviously, like I do, I invest in this stuff, but most of us don't care about owning properties. Most of us, live with roommates or parents. A lot of us have like less of that drive for career and more or less care about collectibles and things that make us happy. I'm not in that boat. I'm locked in, as you would see, but a lot of people around me are not. So I think that my generation is going to say like, thanks, but we'll take it from here. We'll be the next contributing thing, bringing the prices up, right? So like no Gen Z is buying a 100 grand card, but then like a, say, 40-year-old may buy 100 grand cards, but then for Gen Z, it might be a 25-year-old or it might be a 30-year-old in the future. And yes, they're not at that 40-year-old range, but we have a lot less bills to deal with because a lot of us don't care about owning houses and stuff. Once again, I'm not in that situation. I do care about owning houses. So very long story short, I don't think that they're going to hit $90 for the reason that there is so much confidence in Pokemon investing. People will take any booster boxes relatively cheap, so I don't think that's the case. Even the most dead one-piece boxes struggle to be $90. Maybe one or two, OP10, that's pretty much all I can think of for a short period of time. But even other dead TCGs, like for Pokemon to ever be $90 a box, I highly doubt it. Me personally, I don't think it's an inflation thing. I don't think it's costs going up. I think it's the confidence in Pokemon investing going up, meaning it would be maybe 120 or maybe 130 or maybe 140. So like I think 140 is incredibly possible. Just going to go ahead and say it. MSRP will happen eventually. Will things like Desmond hit MSRP? Me personally, I doubt it. I think really newer stuff like sets 1, 2, 3 years in the future, those will hit MSRP. But I think MSRP is going to happen. We can all agree on that. But can it go under MSRP? I think yes, but I don't think it'll be far, and it would have to be really bad sets. I think with those good sets, people are immediately going to know that it's a good set, right? So, yeah, I hope that makes sense. So, I don't think that they'll ever be like $90 a box, and if there's that one box that's $90, it's the horseshittest set of known to man. So, yeah, that's my personal opinion there. In UK, the Bandai stores rip the seal before selling boxes, which is causing the seal prices to explode. That's really annoying. Were you able to get sealed boxes in Australia. Yeah, see, that's the thing. A lot of stores think that tearing the seal makes it where it prevents scalpers. All it does is just surge the price of sealed boxes, so it completely goes the other way. So, and it does not discourage reselling because you can still resell the box for like 3 times MSRP. You just can't sell it for like 4 times MSRP. But yeah, no, we don't have that problem here. I didn't know Bandai sell it themselves. Yeah, in Australia, it's just card shops. And my local card shop is really good. The owner is such a nice guy. I've known him for, I want to say I've known him for a long time, but it's been like a year. The guy's really chill. So I've gone in before. I had a really long conversation with the guy, butted him up a bit, bought some cards off of him. So I'm hoping that he's going to sell me some EB. He's going to sell it to me for about $170, but the only problem is he's going to drop it on the website. I just don't know when. And he told me it would be on Tuesday, like 4 weeks ago, but there was some delays and stuff, so it didn't quite happen. So anyways, point being, do we have that problem in Australia? No, but sourcing it obviously is very difficult, like it is everywhere else. I hope I can get some EBO3, even just one for the display. That'd be pretty sweet. Hopefully OP3 reprint. I got my case from OP. Oh, I got my OPO5 case from a reprint. Yeah, dude, like that OPO5 reprint was insane. I remember boxes in Australia, because there's always a premium in Australia, boxes at the very high were about 400 USD for OPO5, the very tippity top, but then that reprint brought it all the way down to, I want to say 200 USD. It was bad, honestly. It brought it down so low in Australia. I actually got a couple boxes from that restock as well. I got I think 5 booster boxes, 5, 3, something like that, 4, around that range. I got that many OPO5 booster boxes in 2024, but I did over order at the time, and I had some other financial things I had to focus on, so I did end up just cancelling the order. I'm still spewing about it Tuesday, but it's fine, doesn't matter. I do both worlds apparently, ahead of the curve, property and collectibles. Yeah, honestly, I hear I mean, I hear property is pretty good, but I wouldn't really be able to comment on that. Although, yeah, sometimes older people always telling me to buy property. They always just assume that I can. Like, I mean, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. At least not now. Maybe later, but I realistically have no idea. Probably be like maybe 5 to 10 years from now. What set are you most focused on investing right now, and also what product? So this is a really good question. So the most set, One Piece, the sound focus on the most is EBO3. I just need to lock in and just get a couple from a couple local card shops. I know a couple owners, and I might be able to get 1, 2, maybe or 3. I don't know, but if I can get a couple, and like that's at $170. So yeah, but for Pokemon, I'm the most locked in on Evolving Skies. I have 9 booster boxes of Evolving Skies. I've got 1 sealed case and 3 loose. I need a fourth loose one. For that 10, generally, whenever I buy items, I generally prefer even numbers. So it's just, I guess, more of an OCD thing. But yeah, so I have 9 Evolving Skies. I want 1 more. I think Evolving Skies is so underrated. It is crazy to me how underrated it is. It just amazes me. Like, I know it's a time thing. Yeah, you don't need to tell me. I know. But it just amazes me how you look at the other top 5 booster boxes. You've got like Skyrim, Legendary Collections. You've got some people regard base set. You've got maybe like EX Deoxys, and they're all like 100 grand booster boxes, and then you got 50 grand booster boxes and 200 grand booster boxes, and then you just got this measly little Evolving Skies, which is 2.5k. Like, it just absolutely amazes me. I'm pretty sure we can all agree it's better than Team Up. We can all agree it's better than Phantom Forces. I'm not saying it'll be more than those, but out of all the modern sets, it is the one with the highest ceiling, in my opinion, by the longest shot. So yeah, I'm so locked in on Evolving Skies. I just need to get 1 more box, but the thing is, for me, I've been investing in Pokemon for a while. I've been investing as a whole for a while. Even when I was like 14, 15, 16, I used to get money that I'd make from my job and just invest into crypto. So I've been investing for like a couple years now, probably like 4 or 5 years, because I'm currently 20 right now. So I used to constantly throw money into investing. However, because I've been doing it for a good amount of time, it's actually completely self-managed now. So any money that I invest, it's because I sold another item. So yes, I want to buy a 10th of Warm Skies box, but that means that I would have to sell another item. There's no item I want to take profit on right now, so I might sell an item in a year. Or in 2 years. But I don't actually plan on putting more money into it because I don't really need to. It's kind of meaningless, if I'm being honest with you. I've got like almost, yeah, but I'm north of 6 figures of Pokemon and One Piece combined. So it is just sort of pointless. Like, what is 1, 2, or 3 grand gonna do? So, yeah. Anyways, Sam, you think when they announce 30th anniversary, Pokemon will bounce back? Yeah. Yeah, sort of. So 30th anniversary is probably going to do what Prismatic Evolutions did. So it's not necessarily them announcing it, because remember, when Prismatic Evolutions was announced, it did nothing. Like, I mean, I say this on my channel a lot, but I pre-ordered 10 cases of ETBs of Prismatic. Like, you could just do it. Even on the Pokemon Center website, Prismatic Pokemon Center ETBs were available for like 10 hours. I wanted to pre-order some, but they didn't ship it to my country. I didn't know forwarders were a thing, so I couldn't get it for MSRP, even though it was on the website. So I don't think them announcing is realistically going to do anything. Maybe the anticipation pumps up a couple items if they announce that they're going to be doing like maybe the Legendary Treasures Mew, right? Like a remake of that. Okay, well, I'm sure that would pump up, like in anticipation. But I don't think that like the whole market's just going to boom. What I think is going to happen is I think Ascended Heroes is going to come out, and it's going to bring back a bunch of people who jump ship to One Piece. So when One Piece blew up, you got people who tapped into that, but you also have people who jumped ship. I know people who just completely went overboard with Pokemon, went straight into One Piece. I'd be willing to bet a decent amount of money that when Ascended Heroes comes out, a lot of people are just going to come right back. So Ascended Heroes comes out, brings back a lot of people, that settles down. A lot of people then look at Sword and Shield and Early Scar and Violet. Then the conversation that Scar and Violet, Early Scar and Violet is out of rotation. That's then going to be the next thing. So the timeline is Ascended Heroes, then stuff going out of rotation, and then after stuff going out of rotation, I would say the next thing is probably 30th anniversary, but we don't know when 30th anniversary is going to come. It's just going to come this year. So yeah, but that's kind of what I feel. Yeah. I missed out on a pre-order for EB03 and OP14 from EP Games as well. Haha, I left it too late. Nah, yeah, well, see, I found it on another card shop online cheaper, so I was going to pre-order it there, but then the next day that I refreshed, they were just sold out. I was going to buy an EB03 case for 200 AUD each. It was a sealed case, but I mean, what can you do? Can't really do anything much about it. It's just one of those things where you just got to go, oh well, and just move on. I need to order more acrylics from Sammy. Haha, do you have acrylics for 151 and Zard EX upcoming available? UPCs soon, probably like in Q3 of this year. Yeah, those are definitely like on the list. That and SPC acrylics as well, definitely on the list. Would it be wiser to put 5k into 151 booster bundles or 151 ETB? I don't think it matters. Like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say 151 booster bundle displays. I think that's the right thing to say. Just, what is it, 1600 for display? So, actually, what is it? I think it is 1600. Hold up, let me check. Let's let's check this together. So 151 booster bundle display. I'm pretty sure. Oh, 1300. Sorry, it's not 1600. It's 1300. So you could buy. This is probably your best bet. If you have 5k, 1340. So 1340 times 3, $4,000. Can you do $5,300? If you do $5,300, you can get 4 of these dudes. That's probably your best bet. Just get the cleanest copies. That's definitely your best bet. Just yeah, just if you can do that, then you can get 4 displays. That's definitely your best bet. ETBs are good, but realistically, the displays will probably make better returns. But it doesn't really matter if I'm being honest with you. 151 is 151, so yeah. Lucky I've been doing One Piece since release and collecting Pokemon 2, haha. That's why when Pokemon was her to get One Piece was saying grace. Now they're both hard to get unlimited. Yeah, so that was kind of the benefit about One Piece. I remember, I want to say February or March of this year, a lot of people jumped from Pokemon to One Piece because One Piece was available. Now One Piece isn't available. But like, dude, okay, if you were here from release with One Piece, you definitely remember OP05, and like you do remember everything just went back to normal and people acted like nothing happened. I remember OP05, that manga Luffy crashed so hard. I don't know, I don't know if it'll do the same, but yeah, yeah, like One Piece crashes hard. For Pokemon, it is kind of select items that crash. You know, and obviously not everything crashes. If it's like modern, where it's still in the middle of going up, and then maybe it's a bit cheap, it's a bit of a different story. But I do remember with One Piece, it is a little bit different. The reason why One Piece is a little bit different is because with One Piece, a lot of a lot of people are in that hobby, even though they're not really into the hobby. They're more just entering it because the trading card game is so good. And I think that describes a lot of the popularity. Well, not a lot, but a bit of the popularity that One Piece gets. A bit of the popularity is credited to the fact that it is such a good card game and the quality is so good. It actually just attracts people who aren't even into One Piece into the trading card game. But then again, it is also a double-edged sword, because then when there's bad sets, generally a lot of time those people leave. So it does seem like it does go up really hard, but it also does crash really hard. At least that did happen when OPO 5 came out. So yeah. Also, will you be doing acrylic cases for sealed cases? If it's booster box cases, I already do those. If it's booster on display cases, I already do those. Any other ones? Maybe. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's the thing about One Piece, is it's in a pretty good spot right now, especially if you're holding onto items. But when it comes to like actually entering it and making any like plays that you want to make short-term returns, I don't know if it's like even worth it. Things like PRBO2, there is a little bit of margin there to be made, but the thing is, like, when you get to this level, you kind of do have to second guess like if it is even worth it, just for the reason that like when One Piece blew up with OPO5, when it crashed, a lot of things like halved in price, over halved. Like even OPO5, it went from 300 USD all the way down to the low of like 130. So I doubt OP13 will ever be 130. I just don't think that's a possibility. But I do know that Bandai generally do like to reprint it and just crash the market. Like generally Pokemon drip feed drops. Yeah, Bandai's completely different. They just drop it immediately. So, and they just like absolutely try to like plummet the market. So yeah, that is the situation with One Piece. So for me, the boxes that I do have, I'm holding on to, but I'm probably not interested in grabbing anymore. EBO3, I'll grab if I can get it, but then if not, I don't have a problem buying Decim Rails. I don't have a problem buying Evolving Skies. I don't really have an issue doing that, to be honest with you. And that is also the beauty about investing in multiple TCGs, is you can kind of like invest in whichever one's not really doing the best. So if you're only invested in One Piece, it's not that you're cooked, but it's like not really the best time, right? But it's like because a lot of attention is at One Piece, you can actually buy up a lot of Pokemon. Like I bought, as One Piece is blowing up, I saw some people fire selling some Evolving Skies, so I bought it off those people. Now, I don't know if those people were buying One Piece, but I'd be willing to guess, judging by the prices, that they were buying One Piece with that money. Now, I bought Evolving Skies. This is a pretty solid price in Australia, but I bought them for $2,136 USD. That is converted. So from AUD to USD, just do note that Australia is actually really difficult to actually like get boxes cheap. So like that's the magnitude, like that's the equivalent of you guys in the States getting them for about $1,800. That's how much I got them for in Australia. And it's pretty much all thanks to it's pretty much just all thanks to people like panic selling Pokemon to then buy One Piece. So then it's like you can buy One Piece and just hope that you didn't buy at the top, or you can buy Pokemon that is kind of guaranteed to be like cheap. But then on the flip side, when Pokemon is doing really well, if One Piece isn't really doing that well, maybe in 6 months' time, maybe in 12 months' time from here, well, dude, you can then go ahead and buy One Piece, and then you can, constantly like, do you get what I'm saying? I feel like that's a really good way to go about things, where you kind of just buy whichever one's doing bad. I feel like that's generally like a good way to go about things, because most of the time with trading card games, they are kind of guaranteed to boom. Like every single industry will usually have a boom. Like Bitcoin, for example, it could have a boom in 2 years' time. We realistically don't know. But the thing is, it's like it will happen. So with One Piece, it'll fizzle off eventually, but then it will have another boom in a couple years, right? Maybe it's the fourth anniversary set, maybe it's the fifth anniversary set, whatever it may be. But then Pokemon, if Pokemon's doing really bad, you can buy that. But then if One Piece is doing really bad, you can buy that. And yeah, you can kind of just maneuver whichever one's like kind of doing bad. That's why it is also good to buy into different fields as well. Yeah, so anyways, where do you see Paladin Fates and 151 Booster Bundle displays in 2 years? So 151 in 2 years' time, it would have been out of rotation for about 1.5 years. I would say 151 displays are going to be maybe like probably like 2.5k. I think is pretty fair. 2.5, maybe 3k. If we're actually for 2 years, yeah, I'd say maybe like 3k is pretty fair for 151, maybe even a little bit more, but it is kind of tricky to tell. Displays will be quite difficult to come by in the future, especially minty ones. So yeah, when it comes to displays, it's not really something that was commonly kept sealed. It wasn't really something that was commonly like protected. So I'm not saying there's not many minty ones, but they are harder to come by versus like booster boxes. So yeah, Paladin Fates is a pretty similar situation, maybe a little bit higher, a little bit lower. But yeah, anyways, 10 Paladin Fates Great Tusk Collection Box gets you 110 packs. And 10 sets of promos. Paladin Fates Booster Bundle displays gets you 60 packs for about the same price. Do you think the sealed premium is really that great? Not really. So it's not horrible like 151 ETBs. It's not horrible like, I don't know, Fusion Strike PC ETBs. So it's not like a horrible price per pack. But those Great Tusk Collection boxes are so underrated and they are so good. I would highly recommend anyone that's in the States, anyone that can get access to them, I would highly recommend grabbing them if you can. I'm quite upset because I don't think it's coming to Australia. There has been absolutely no updates whatsoever. There's been no news of it entering here. When you live in Australia, you kind of just have to hope that it just arrives one day and then people post about it and then you have to hope you can even get it. So yeah, that's kind of my problem. Yeah, so my One Piece stock have been sitting for a long time. Now there's a boom. Sold some One Piece boxes that I had multiple of. Yeah, like that's completely fair. Honestly, offsetting so you hold not so your cost basis is nothing is like the best way to go about things. See, like Pokemon has been here for 30 years, so it is a bit of a different story. One Piece has been here for like 3 years, so it's 1/10 of Pokemon's age. So I just, it's not saying that I wouldn't, want to invest in it. Look, obviously I will, but it's also like, bit of emphasis on a zero cost basis strategy if you can. Best way to go about things. Yeah. So many people selling Pokemon for great prices at the moment. I'm loving it. Yeah, no, same here. But that is kind of closing though. We are entering like almost an all-time high for Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies case just sold for 20k USD in Australia. So yeah, like we are entering. Prismatic Evolutions is going up. A lot of items have done really well. So yeah, that opportunity is definitely closing, but there is still a little bit of good plays to be made, especially like some slabs. Some slabs are getting absolutely clapped right now, so yeah. Junk slab era imminent sometime this year, I'd say. Well, I don't know if the junk slab era. I think you said okay. Maybe. I don't really know, to be honest with you. Like when people say junk wax era, like talking about the 90s and like 80s, like baseball cards and basketball cards, or just sports cards. I actually don't know what sport it is for though. I'm pretty sure the reason why there was a junk wax era is because like anybody could make cards for those players. So then therefore it's like the equivalent is as if like Pokemon rights was just like gone and everyone could use it. So like there was no like suing, so anyone could make Pokemon cards. Well, yeah, you'd have a junk wax era, but I'm pretty sure that's why the junk wax era happened. Or the junk slab era. I mean, Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be some sort of. I don't really know what a junk slab era is though, but it sounds like I'm shimming shitty slabs crashing, but they kind of already have crashed. But anyways, when when will be higher in 5 years? Oh, what will be higher in 5 years? Sorry, Megazard box or the Megazard UPC or Prismatic ETB? Oh, wait, are you saying Megazard UPC or Prismatic ETB? They're about the same price now. Oh yeah, the UPC. Sorry. Okay. I was thinking AD pricing. Um. Hmm. I'd probably say Prismatic ETB. Yeah, Prismatic ETB. So Prismatic ETB is first of all an item that is very similar to booster boxes, where there's a heavy premium on them. UPCs not so much. UPCs are a sealed item, so that's cool. But they're not a collection box. They're their own like individual box, but they don't have that premium that ETBs have. So you have an automatic premium. Then you have Prismatic. So you got that. Then you've got it being out of rotation 2 years longer. So, oh yeah, I think 2 years longer. Yeah, about 2 years longer. So you've got a lot of things kind of like siding with Prismatic on why that would be more expensive. I just don't see. I just don't see Charizard UPCs. Yes, they have more packs, but the packs aren't as popular. So it's like imagine you have a box with a bunch of Rebel Clash packs, or you have 5 Evolving Skies. Well, which one is going to do better, right? Or like collection boxes. If you have a really shitty collection box that has really crappy Sword and Shield packs, maybe has a bit of Silver Tempest, Astral Radiance, and I don't know, maybe some Shining Fates for whatever reason. That's literally impossible because it's a holiday set. But say it's got those, well, maybe it has 15 packs versus 9 Evolving Skies. Well, which one's going to do better? Very similar situation, in my honest opinion. I bought a case of Evolving Skies booster box, for 7,800 USD a while ago. I paid high at the time. I told myself I'd have to buy in. You have to tell people to buy in. I'm sure glad I did. Yeah, that's like completely valid. I did a pretty similar situation. I got my Voice Guys box for about $10,500, and it's a very similar situation. You kind of just got to take the leap. Like, yes, okay, you're paying a high price, but big deal. It's Evolving Skies. It doesn't really matter. Even these prices now. Evolving Skies is $20,000 a case. Well, not even. That was a sale in Australia, but you might be able to get it a little bit cheaper. Like in the States, I'm sure you guys can probably get it for maybe 15K USD, maybe 16K USD. Well, the thing is, when Evolving Skies boxes are 10K each, I'm not trying to sound like a moon boy, it's just straight facts. When it's 10K a box each, it doesn't really matter whether you paid 12K or whether you paid 16K. Like, realistically, if social media didn't exist where you can brag online about it, does it really matter? And I think that's a question a lot of people need to ask, because a lot of people seriously make it their identity that they paid a certain price for an item. On social media, like in Facebook posts, you'll see a post where it has like, it talks about a certain item, and then people say, "Oh, I bought 5." Oh, silver is a great example. You have all the people saying, "Oh, I told everybody to buy silver. I've been stacking for 10 years." I'm sorry to say, but no one cares, right? But the thing is, it's a social media thing where people like to boast and people like to talk about it. So the point is, if it weren't for social media, would it really matter what price you paid if it's 12K, 14K, 10K, 7K? It's all virtually the same thing, especially once it is like a 60K case. That's just my personal opinion. What's up? Is this rare? Oh, what's up? This is rare. Yeah, this is my second time doing it. I tried doing it. Well, I didn't try. I just did. I did it 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. It was pretty good. Yeah, I did it for a couple hours and people liked it. So, yeah, I'm doing it again. Do you think OP Blue Bottom will reach 15K or 20K mark? Well, yeah, eventually. The question is, will it do that before other boxes do a Fork X? Me personally, I don't really know. Although, I think Blue Bottom is a really good purchase, and the reason why is because Blue Bottom is it's a very safe item. There's no reprints, there's no messing around, there's no beating around the bush. With stuff like OP13, it's a great item. I hold boxes, but it's still incredibly risky because it's so new. Well, not necessarily risky, but it's very volatile. Things like Blue Bottom, you can't really beat that safety. You can't beat that slow, steady returns in my opinion. I've been buying up all collection boxes, Great Tufts, Blooming Waters, and Prismatic Figure Collection. Yeah, those are pretty good pack value. I own the Promise just the storage, to be honest with you. The recent 2-pack bundle drop, Costco drop, was such a surprise in Australia. I know, right? It was pretty cool. I got absolutely none. I don't. I'm signed up to a notification group, but my Discord is a little bit bugged, so I don't think I get notifications properly. I um I don't really get notifications that well because my Discord is like kind of bugged. So like by the time I actually heard that my local one got, it was kind of too late. So yeah, if you had to invest in one Scarlet Vase set, which one would you pick? Probably just Prismatic, just the best one if I'm being honest with you. It has the most expensive top chase. That's pretty much just the answer there. It just, there's not really much more explaining needed. If someone were to ask like, oh, can you further explain? I can, but I'm sure you guys we're all in the trenches whenever it comes to Pokemon or One Piece. We all know why Prismatic is great, so I don't need to go over it. But it's just, it has the most expensive top chase. It doesn't take a chance. And it's the high set value, most expensive top 3 chases, most expensive top chase, and yada yada. So it's not really much convincing needed. So that's just my personal opinion there. It is getting just a little bit hot in my room, so I might just quickly turn on the fan because my computer is bugging a bit. So give me a second. So yeah, Prismatic to answer your question. To follow up on my last comment about the junk slab era, it's basically a concept that so many slabs are being created that eventually it will be a tipping point where people can't absorb them all and panic. Basically a singularity point where there's just so many illustration and SIRs that are 90% of slabs will hard crash, besides the obvious stuff like grails, serialized, etc. Since slabs are inflationary. Yeah, actually, valid. Honestly, I can see that happening. I don't hold slabs for value. I have a couple slabs and I just enjoy them. Got like Bubble Mew, PSA 10. There's obviously a personal grail for me. Absolutely love this card. But yeah, no, like you're completely valid. That is something that is totally going to happen. I don't think people realize that a lot of the value slabs currently have is because PSA take so long with their turnaround times. I don't think people really realize when it goes back to normal, slabs aren't supposed to be like 3, 4, 5x MSRP. Sorry, raw value. Usually it's just 2x I keep saying MSRP. Usually it's just 2x the raw value, right? So like Lugia, even Lugia, dude, that card used to be $130, and PSA 10s were like, what were they? Let's actually quickly take a look. Because, like, dude, slabs used to be, back in the day, they used to be so cheap. Lugia VOR. Okay, so let's take a look. So this is when it was more normal slabs. Okay, so let's just say here, December of 2023. There were no shortages or any bullcrap like that. It was just good old grading. So December of 2023 was $122. And then December, it was $267 as a PSA 10. Dude, if this was the modern times, that would be like $400 or $350 or $370. I don't think people realize that a lot of the value that comes from slabs is the fact that they're in such high demand. That demand does eventually not diminish, but the supply will catch up to it because, like, if the demand stayed and every single PSA slab got graded immediately. So right now, every single slab that is right now in transit or is at the PSA factories or wherever they grade at their warehouses, if all of those slabs immediately got grade and were just teleported into people's hands, they would be so cheap, the slabs. They would crash. The only reason that they're so expensive is because there's a bottleneck constantly. You're trying to constantly press down, like, let's just say slime or like yogurt or like a very thick, dense liquid. You're trying to push down a bottle, but you'll keep adding to the bottle. What do you think is going to happen? You've got a tiny little like bottleneck where the liquid can go out. It's the same as supply and demand when it comes to PSA slabs, but it's a very temporary issue. So, yeah, that's just kind of where I sit. Yeah, so I completely agree. This junk slab era, valid. I would talk about it on my channel. I would make a video about it because it's a very actually interesting topic, and you're right. But I don't really talk about slabs on my channel. I just know 90% of people won't care, so I'm not really going to bother. But yeah, anyways. 151 versus Prismatic. Which one is a better investment as a set? Prismatic. Short-term 151, but long-term Prismatic. Like Funko Pops, but not exactly the same. Yeah, Funko Pops just are just not investable at all. They are, there's no chase to it. They're like mass printed. But on the topic though, I do have, oh, this is really hard to get. Holy crap. That is crazy. I'm like one of the few people who actually has a valuable pop. This is a 100 actually in the States, this is like $200. In Australia, it's like you can get it for like 130 bucks, but in the States, it's like 200 USD. It's crazy. But hey, that's the one benefit about Australia. These are actually rather affordable. But that's like a Comic-Con exclusive. I'm not putting that back there. That is that's going to stay there for the rest of the stream because that is so hard to display up. So yeah, anyways. Moving on, but yeah, no, you're completely right. So like Funko Pops, because like I'm not investing in them, but because I own some, I'm quite interested. It has to be like some sort of Comic-Con exclusive. It can go up, especially if you get someone to sign it, but it has to be like some special thing. You can't just get one from like Walmart. That shit is not going up at all. Price memory is also a problem with people. I used to be there, but you have to adapt. Buy product at an all-time high, at the all-time high lows, time in the market, patience is king. Yeah, sorry, I completely butchered that sentence. Yeah, no, yeah, completely valid. So that's something that it takes a very long time to learn. And like, honestly, I'm still learning it. I'm sure most people are still learning it. Price memory just kills investing so many times. You can't look at things for what they used to be. You have to look at things for what they are. Okay, so Evolving Skies, right? For me, I had to accept it was, for cases, I could have gotten for $2,000 back in the day. I have to accept that now I have to pay, well, when I did buy it, I had to pay $10,500, right? But because I was willing to accept that, and other people weren't, I then benefit off of it, right? But there's still things to this day I struggle with because of price memory, but you've just got to bite the bullet and go with it. Like, you have to take things for what they are. If Evolving Skies was $400 again, I would just question the investing potential of Pokemon. So it being $2,500 is just showing how healthy Pokemon is. So it's actually a good sign for it, right? You're not investing in a meme coin. You're investing in something that it literally goes up because people want it more today than they want it yesterday. That's literally why it goes up. Yes, there's, inflation and there's a deflationary supply and there's other stuff. But for the most part, it's because people want it more today than yesterday, right? So, and they're willing to pay more for it. So it's a good sign. So, yeah, anyways. Moving on. What time is it for you right now? 10:42 p.m. What are your thoughts on Black Bolt and White Flare heavy hitters? You know the heavy hitters boxes dropping from Costco. Provided they're not complete bricks, provided there is some sort of resellability to it, I would probably buy them, resell them, and then just use that money to buy PC ETBs. Black Bolt and White Flare PC ETBs are so damn cheap. Black Bolt is a phenomenal set. It has the grading difficulty of Paldea Evolved. It has the set value of Prismatic. It has the top blah 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 chasers of Destined Rivals. Bro, it's literally as if, oh yeah, it has Master Balls and God Packs like Prismatic. It's literally if Prismatic, Paldea Evolved, and Destined Rivals all had a kid together. That's Black Bolt. And White Flare. I absolutely love Black Ball and White Flare. The PC ETBs are ridiculously cheap. I've been meaning to make a video about the PC ETBs for like 2 months now. I really got to lock in that video because on my channel, I try to, I generally, like, if I'm very confident in something, I generally like to talk about it. And the reason is because if it does go up, well, when it does go up in the future, I generally do like to go back on that so I can say like, hey, I'm somewhat credible. I am pretty credible. I've made this play and this play and this play, and yeah. So I got to make a video about it soon. Lock in that take because I've seen other people talk about it, and I don't want to be because I made a play about Evolving Skies. I said how it's worth buying like a month ago when it was really dipping, and someone commented and said like, oh, you're saying that, everybody's saying that, so like you're not special. I'm like, damn bro, my bad. So now I gotta like be ahead of the game and like quickly say before everyone else, just so I have like that originality. But yeah, anyways, it's completely irrelevant. I agree with you. 2x pretty standard, seems way out of whack at the moment. Everyone and the none are YOLO grading stuff. Yeah, I know, right? That's also another thing to add is that everybody's grading. See, back in the day, people were too scared to grade, so they just buy a PSA 10. That was actually, funnily enough, where a lot of the premium came from. The fact that people didn't know how to grade. So you would think that now that there's middlemen, it would actually be less expensive for PSA 10 cards because everybody can grade. It's no longer something that like only smart. Like, dude, in my circle, because I graded cards because I'm not stupid, so it's not that difficult. You just follow the instructions online. But a lot of mates of mine, they're like, oh, was it hard? How did you do it? Like, can you show me how to do it? Like, all those people are fueling up the secondary market because they literally can't grade it themselves because they couldn't follow instructions. I'm not making fun of anybody, but they couldn't follow instructions to actually properly grade it themselves. But now that there's middlemen and it's dead easy, you just drop it off at a card shop, it should be cheaper, but it's more expensive because of PSA not having their shit together. But in the future, when we go back to normal and PSA turnaround time is like 30 business days or 20 business days, it should actually no longer be a 2x. It should be like a 1.5x because it's so available. You can get like the cheapest now more than ever. So yeah, that's just my personal thoughts. What are the odds on a sizable Destined Rivals booster box case booster box reprint? Every restock seems to be ancillary products, and also price prediction for Destined Rivals at the end of 2026 if we see no reprint. If we see no reprint, I'm going to say $500. It is very difficult to go above this price. If there's no booster box reprint, yeah, like $500 is probably pretty fair, especially as people lose hope. See, like Twilight Masquerade, we all know there's not going to be a booster box reprint, but a lot of people just don't care because it's not like an A tier set. Well, sorry, S tier set. Destined Rivals is the best set. So a lot of people are going to go like, oh shit, like Evolving Skies is, say, end of 2026. Evolving Skies is 4K a box. Team Up is, say, 15K a box. And Destined Rivals it hasn't gone a reprint. Oh, well, I probably should just buy it now, right? Like, people are happy to miss on Twilight Masquerade. People won't be happy to miss on Destined Rivals. So, if there's no reprint, then yeah. Will there be a booster box reprint? No one has any idea. Going by history, probably not. Well, okay, maybe. But probably not a big one. Nothing to really affect the markets really large. Pokemon don't really seem to be reprinting booster boxes because it satisfies a very small audience versus the other dudes, like ancillary products, which pleases a bigger audience. So yeah, anyways, what, 11:30 p.m. No, it's 10:47 p.m. where I'm at. 7 a.m. here. Good morning. Yeah, no, that's oh, so it'd be Friday for you guys? Yeah, it'd be Friday. Okay, maybe in the future I should stream on Saturday. It's probably a better play. But anyways, I didn't realize the time difference was so great. Well, yeah, it's because Australia's like on the other side of the world. Yeah, it's 7:30. It's 11:30 p.m. in Sydney. He's in a different state. Yeah. So Sydney is in ASDT, something like that. I'm in AEST. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Agreed. Oh, I'm glad we agree on something. I don't really know what we agreed on because I said a bunch of things, but I'm glad we agree on something. I'm going to assume it has to do with black bolt or grading. Anyways, Yo, W, black bolt, and white flare. Yes, black bolt and white flare is such good sets. I own 6 black bolt displays. Honestly, dude, I absolutely love those displays. It's a sealed case of 6, so I don't even get to see it, which absolutely sucks. But anyways, we had a UK restock got 5 Black Bolt PC ETBs, $70 average from 2 Pokemon Center, with 2 Pokemon Center. Sorry, far out. I'm so cooked right now. Average of $70 with 2 from Pokemon Center, 6 White Flare, 66 pounds average with 2 from Pokemon Center. Happy with that. Great job. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm hoping I can get a couple more because I bought mine before the restock happened. So, speaking of, there was a drop on Pokemon Center, and I was talking about it in this video of mine. It was like 2 videos ago. I was talking about it, and this guy commented and said he was like, "Oh, this is proof that we all know they use Daddy's money," which I get that a lot. But he said it's all proof. This is proof that they use Daddy's money because Pokemon Center drop PC ETBs so often. I was like, no, they don't, because in my video I was talking about how they barely do second drops for PC ETBs, and this guy was saying that they always do. Like, dude, unless I'm living under a rock, I'm pretty sure they like almost never do. Pretty much just Prismatic, Black Bolt, White Flare, and pretty sure that's like literally it. Oh, and Desert Rivals. I'm pretty sure that's practically it for the entire Scarlet and Violet, and also a Sword and Shield era. So, yeah, that was just a funny comment. Sometimes I get some pretty good comments, but a lot of my comments are like blocked by YouTube. So it's like a complete war zone if I go by the blocked by YouTube filter, which then shows like non-public, like private comments because it was too foul that YouTube didn't let it go through. So that's usually fun to go through. But anyways, yeah, I really do hope I can get some Black Bolt PC ETBs. I know people will wake up to Black Bolt eventually. I know people will wake up to White Flare eventually. So I'm really hoping I can get some because I got them for about 200 USD each, shipped to Australia. So I can save about $40 USD. So if I can save $40 and maybe I can get like 10 more, that'd be great. Although earlier in the stream, I was basically explaining how I actually buy stuff whenever it comes to investing in Pokemon is I just reinvest money that I've made from investing. So I no longer really buy like with my own funds. I usually sell an item and then use that to fund buying a different item. But then that would mean that I'm taking profit on an item, and I don't really have any items I want to take profit on. Every single item I hold, I'm very confident in, and I don't really have any plans to sell it. So for me, it's one of those opportunities where I'm thinking like I want to grab it, but I'm not going to invest my own money because pretty much all my investing is self-managed now. It's all like constantly self-compounding. So yeah. I want to get some, but I don't think I'm going to get any. Because by the time I take profit on something, I don't know, maybe I'll sell a Paldea Evolved box if it hits like 600. Maybe I'll do that, and then just buy a couple. But who knows? That's why I did with Paldea Evolved. I was up pretty big on a box, so I just sold it and bought, some Japanese boxes, something like that. But yeah, anyways. 15 to 20 years, what do you see Evolving Skies being worth? Oh, sorry. Do you see an Evolving Skies Bespoke being worth more than Prismatic? Oh, absolutely. I mean, now I see Prismatic being now I see Evolving Skies being worth more. In a year, I see Evolving Skies being worth more. In 2 years, in 5, every single year. Prismatic is never going to overtake Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies is better, older, and printed less. So Prismatic will never overtake Evolving Skies. If Prismatic overtakes Evolving Skies, I will literally eat my left testicle. That's never going to happen. Prismatic will never overtake Evolving Skies in price per pack. That's not happening at all. The big play everyone is missing are PSA 10 tag team slabs, low pops, unique borders. Yeah, but they're really expensive. That is kind of the problem. Let's just talk about the ground jewel, right? Let's talk about the best one, the Latios and Latios. I'd rather just buy Evolving Skies. Maybe I'm okay. So judging by the fact that you've said that, Beefy Taco, it seems like you've probably done research on it. So I'm sure that you know a couple like cheaper ones. I'm sure that you know a couple like underrated ones, but like me taking at face value, just the big boys, the Gengar and Mimikyu, the Latios and Latios, the Magikarp and Wailord, and all the other ones, the Raichu and the other dude on it, me personally, don't really see much of an opportunity just because they're so expensive. Although I'm sure that maybe like you know a couple, but if you've done a bit more of a deep dive, I'm sure there's a couple underrated ones. But yeah, you don't have a 151 UPC? Yeah, so I have one 151 UPC. It's nothing too crazy, but I got it for about 400 USD, so I was pretty happy about that. I just wanted it for the display, although it's nowhere to be found, so I guess that kind of that reason kind of left the room. But yeah, I did. Well, I do. I still do own a 151 UPC because I only own one. I don't really plan to sell it. I don't really see much of a point. It is a really good item, probably one of the best 151 items. I do have more of my money split into 151 mini tins, 151 booster bundles. Yeah, so I do have money split into other 151 items, but just one 151 UPC. Happy Friday from North Canada. Hello, how's it going? Yeah, for me it's about to be Saturday in an hour, so I guess that's cool. Thoughts on tag? I just don't see the point. It's just so much effort. So this is my logic with tag, right? You're not buying their stock. You don't get any reward for being early. It's not like a Pokemon booster box where you get rewarded for being early. People saying that it's revolutionary and it's going to be the next big thing. Okay, well, what if it doesn't? Your tag slabs are worth nothing, but they're raw value. Well, let's just say it is. Let's just say you end up being right and it's super valuable. All right, cool. I'll just grade my cards with tag then. It's like I'm just going to come at the last second and grade with them if it's super popular, but if not, I'm just not going to bother. That's my thoughts on tag. Yeah, hi, do you have opinions on Prismatic? Yeah, Prismatic is great. What do you think is a better play right now, Brilliant Stars or Chilling Reign? The two boxes that have exploded in value. I would probably say Chilling Reign is better. The booster box is better in my opinion. Chilling Reign is a nicer looking art, but Brilliant Stars does have the Charizard on the side. It does have the Arceus on the front. And then the other side, I kind of forgot what the card was, the Pokemon. But it does have it's a very nice display. The box is, the set is pretty good. It has an evolution trainer gallery. Admittedly, it's nothing undervalued. A lot of people have claimed and thrown out that it's undervalued. A lot of people don't like trainer cards. People don't like trainer gallery. They're not admittedly popular. The Umbreon has stayed cheap for so long. There's 2 freaking Umbreons in Brilliant Stars that hasn't really seemed to do much for the price considering how cheap they are. But it still does have a very nice trainer gallery nonetheless. So it's nothing undervalued, but it is just better than Chilling Reign in my opinion. Chilling Reign is carried by its terrible pull rates, horrible pull rates, but I don't think that really holds up long term. Generally, long term demand holds up better. The Charizard has more demand. That's a fact. The trainer gallery will have more demand. That's not a fact, but an opinion. I'm pretty sure it has more set value, so Brilliant Stars. The biggest potential play with tag teams are the re-release of the tag team gimmick in new gens. OG1 sets will boom like crazy. Are you saying like 30th anniversary? Right? Is that what you're saying? Like if they do 30th anniversary? I mean, like, okay, if they do it in the future, like, I'm sure they will do tag teams in the future. They're definitely going to. It might not be in 5 years, might not be in 10 years, but maybe in like 15 years. I mean, they've done Megas, and Megas came out in 2014, so it was like pretty much 10 years later. So then that means tag teams are on track to be, what, 2028, 2029? So if they do it then, oh yeah, the old ones will blow up, absolutely. But it is a lot of, like, ifs, so yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure they'll do it eventually. This year, 2026, is the Sword and Shield era growth. On the other hand, it could be a good year to buy Scarlet and Violet era cheap. Just saying. I would agree with that if Scarlet and Violet actually was cheap, but it's just not. It's priced in as if it's been out of rotation for years. How long did Fusion Strike take to hit $400, man? How long did Still a Tempest or Lost Origin or Brain Stars, how long did those take to hit $400? I mean, Still a Tempest is like just $400. Like a couple months ago, it hit $400. So that's kind of my problem with Sky and Violet. So I'm not saying it's not worth investing in. Trust me, I hold a shit ton of Sky and Violet. But yes, like completely agree. This year is Sword and Shield year. Is Sword and Shield's year. 100%. This year is the year where people realize that Mega Evolution is too new to invest in. And Sword and Shield is actually incredibly rare, and it's really good. So it's very, very much worth investing in. So that's just my opinion there. Yeah. I'm not sure Prismatic will be printed big in the printing facility. Yeah, it probably won't be, because it'll be out of the construction will be finished in 2027, and Prismatic goes out of rotation in 2027. So yeah, it's not really going to be affected at all. Raw main hits from all sets aside from Latios and Reshiram Zekrom is 1,500 USD at the moment, but that was 2,700 months ago. With a pop of 1K, all the promos are under 5K and will sell like 1K with highs and 2K within the range. Sorry that my reading is so cooked, by the way. I am actually recovering from an illness. So I was getting better, but then I went for a run, so then I got worse. So that's why like I'm constantly like drinking water and stuff. Yeah, so I would probably say, yeah, like there's really like the Mewtwo and Mew. Let me actually see what that's worth. Let's take a look at what the Mewtwo and there we go. Let's see what this is worth. This is a good promo right here. Killer promo. Whoever made this promo, like, bravo. $771. This thing has absolutely plummeted, dude. This thing was it was like more. It was like 1,200 as a PSA 10 at one point. It was not 1,073 at the high. Let me see if I can get some other. Oh, okay, I can't get other sales. But yeah, dude, like this dude right now is selling for $745. This card is so good. Admittedly, there actually are a lot of them though. 8,000 is a very high pop for a PSA 10. However, history kind of does proven that the pop doesn't really matter. Generally, history has proven that the actual quality of the item and the demand of it is more important. Mewtwo and Mew are perfect to invest in. So, yeah, let's see what these were worth. I'll see if I can get some like big sales, because it used to be worth a lot. These used to be pricey. Oh, this is an AUD pricing. What am I doing? Oh, okay, I need to go on the... It's weird that I wasn't on the other website. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I'm just trying to see what is sold for at the high. Because, like, dude, if I remember correctly, this card was so hyped up. Yeah, so... Oh. Okay. It sold in January for $2,000. That's a mistake. There's no way this sold for $2,000. That's a mistake. Oh, best offer accepted. I don't even know why I didn't say that. Okay. But see, this one, like 13, is this a best offer accepted? This is a best offer accepted as well. Okay. Okay, maybe I'm just full of it. Okay. Well, okay, at least it did sell for like 1,100, you got one for 1,150. So it was really, really expensive at the high. So yeah, point being, it was, it's definitely a good buy, that slab, but at the same time, for me, I just don't bother. Like, I'd rather just get that $700 that's worth, or $750, times it by 3, and then just buy Evolving Skies. That's what I would probably rather, to be honest with you. I think Evolving Skies is just better in my opinion, but anyways, moving on. Pokemon only or One Piece too? So this is a Pokemon and One Piece discussion. It is hosted on my Pokemon channel because it will reach more people, but it is for both channels. So yeah. Tag team weights are much shorter. Tag weights. Sorry, I thought you said tag team. Tag weights are much shorter. Yeah, they're much shorter, but it doesn't really matter. Like, if you invest in a card and you hold it for 5 years, I don't think it really matters whether the card comes back in 40 days or in 80 days, right? I don't really think it matters. If you're doing those quick flips, it is valid. Like, if you're doing grading to make a profit, I do get it. But then selling it is more difficult, and it probably won't go for much more, if it even does go for more. So, yeah. The Sword Shield Sleeper box is Astro Radiance, Starmie, Garchomp, Machamp, among many others. I'm sorry, but I just disagree. So many people say this. So many people say Astro Radiance. Astro Radiance has everything like going with it to do well. It has a trainer gallery. Yeah, you're right. It has the Starmie. It has the Machamp. And it has like Palkia and a couple other good ones. But, oh yeah, and also it's short printed as well. They didn't print many Astro Radiance booster boxes. It has everything going for it. But it just hasn't really done anything. And generally, when it doesn't do anything by this time, that kind of means it's dead in the water. Yeah, so that's kind of the issue there. I do not think it's a sleeper in my opinion. I'm sorry, but I've just got to disagree with you. I do not think it is at all. Still affordable. It is affordable, but yeah, I just don't think it's a sleeper. I've heard that argument so many times. Like, sometimes people say Burnt Stars is a sleeper, and like, I get that. But I would argue Evolving Skies is a sleeper, to be honest. I think it gets obviously a lot of credit, but I think it does deserve a little bit more. To follow up on Tag Team's comment, I'm saying if they do another Tag Team gimmick like the X and Y, oh yeah, dude, if they do another Tag Team gimmick, GG's well played. It's going to the freaking moon. If they do another Tag Team, because the difference with Megas is, okay, Megas are popular, but I don't feel that Megas have the magnitude of demand and love that Tag Teams have. So people will say like, oh my goodness, Megas are so popular. In Pokemon, yes, Megas are popular. But when we're talking about the trading card game, before the Mega Evolution era happened, no one cared. And like, I just genuinely mean that. No one cared. Tag teams, people have always cared about. Well, okay, for the most part, after COVID. When it came out, I was into the hobby then, but I hear that they were very cheap. Like, the Latios was apparently like $50, but Megas they just never really were that cared about until they made an entire era dedicated to it. If they do the same thing for tag teams in a couple of years' time, yeah, GG's well played. Especially if like tag teams can cool off. They have been cooling off. They have been going down. But if tag teams really go down, GG's. GG's well played. Yeah, I completely agree with you there. But for me, it's just not really much of a point for me to, do anything about it because I'm more of a sealed person. But it's like, if you like tag teams, you might as well. Oh, actually, I do have a Latios though. So you know what? If they can blow up, then great. Although, guys, I do have a confession to make. This is actually a Chinese Latios. I know I am a phony. I am a liar. Unfortunately, well, actually, I'm not a liar. I always make sure to tell everybody, like, hey guys, I'm actually not cool. This is actually a Chinese. But in my videos, I always have enough distance so it looks like it's an English one. I really need to upgrade on that. I was going to get some other cards. I was going to get a Chinese Mubrion and a bunch of other cards. So people think like, well, this guy is super cool. But then they realize I'm actually not. But yeah, it is actually just a joke because I literally mentioned it, which just ruins it. But I mean, if tag teams go up, then yay me, I guess. Although that is personal collection, so it doesn't really matter whether it goes up or not. But yeah. What do you think about mini-tin displays for Paladin Fates? I think they're criminally undervalued. PC ETBs. Let me just quickly explain. By the way, I just want to quickly say hello, Ben, Fitness Studio. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining in. You have always been supporting my channel for like literally since it started. So thank you for constantly commenting. There was a very long period of time where I thought you were gone because like you would always comment and say like great video, but then you just stopped. So I was like, wait, are my videos shit now? But then you went then you commented a couple months ago, and I was like, oh okay, we're still good. But yeah, anyways. So let's go. Let's take a look at Paldean Fate mini tin display. Let me show you what you guys are talking about. So someone commented saying, "What do you think about Paldean Fate's mini tin displays? I think they're criminally undervalued." Let me show you what I think about it. Okay, so mini tin displays, $390. Cool. In the last 3 months, 3 have sold. Not liquid at all. Dead in the water. There. You're right. It's Paldean Fates. It's a great investment. There's no way there's another better investment. There's just no... I knocked my mic. There's just no way... There's no way that there's an item that's a similar price or even cheaper. Oh, by the way, if you are on TCG Player, please use my affiliate link. Links are in the description. Thank you. Whenever you make a purchase. Isn't that interesting? So, Paldean Fates. Mini tin displays. What did we say 3 sell every single 3 months? Yeah, well, 102 sell of these. So, clearly more liquid, clearly more popular, cheaper. You're saving about 20 clams. The other one was about $390. This is $370. More liquid, more collectible, more premium, less of it around. Okay, all right. Well, let's do something else. Let's go 151 mini tin display. Let's look at 151 mini tin displays. Printed a lot more. There's a lot more going around. All right. Great. Okay, cool. So 74 have sold. $278. Let's look at 151 PC ETB. I'm trying to make a point here. $44 have sold. $900. Do you really think Paldean Fate's mini tin displays are going to hit $900? Or do you think Paldean Fate's PC ETB is going to hit $900? Now, I did say it before, but I said it really fast. If you do plan to buy it, when you do, please do use my affiliate link. Whether you're shopping on eBay or TCG Player, you just click the link in the description, they make a purchase. It's actually the best way to support the channel. Literally, if you were to buy that, it would be the equivalent of watching like 1,000 videos. So I appreciate it if you do. But anyways, haven't made my point. Now, I'm just going to quickly do one more thing. Crown Zenith Mini Tin Display. Crown Zenith PCTB. Displays, $347. 17 sell every 3 months. PC ETBs, $394. 40 sell every 3 months. And this doesn't even have a promo inside. Oh, actually, I think it does. But it doesn't have the Pokemon Center one. And also, it is really weird because the Crown Zenith one, it's kind of funky. No one really likes this, like how it's a different size. And it doesn't have a promo, so it is kind of shitty. But have I made my point proven? I think buying the mini tins, yeah, they might be a good buy. But this is the beauty about Pokemon, is that there are always good buys. The question is, what's a better buy? And then that's where you then do a bit of digging, and then that's where you see, oh, Paldean Fate's mini tin displays are $390. Oh, Paldean Fate's PC ETBs, the most premium, prestigious product, is cheaper? Point proven. This is my personal opinion, to be honest with you. Yeah. So, only just came. Are we looking at collector profiles? No, I'll probably look at collector profiles in about 30 minutes. Sorry, my mind blanked. I'm gonna look at them when the US market wakes up, because a lot of people here are in the States, but like I'm just gonna wait for it to get like, you know, maybe 40 minutes from here, and I'll probably start. But yeah, anyways, I think I'd probably rather do like one big stream, maybe like a couple hours, rather than doing like a bunch of small streams. But I'll definitely figure it out. I'm not too sure though. Even if they don't do a re-release, it is a unique play where you get two Pokemon on the same card. It's crazy low and expensive boxes restricting pops from exploding. Yeah, you're completely right. Like, it's completely valid. Tag teams are great in my opinion. I think they're a fantastic item. But at the same time, it's like if you want to invest in singles, okay, sure, that might be a good buy. But like, voice guys is kind of just better in my opinion. But it's like if you do enjoy, if you enjoy investing in it, that's fair enough. But things for me, my rule is if anything is above a certain amount of value, I don't keep it at my house. I don't live in a shithole, but I also don't live in Dubai. So that's just a precaution that I take. So for me, it's just kind of like it's not even like I would display it. Like I wouldn't even get to display it, right? So like half the enjoyment wouldn't even be there. So, anyways, I picked up a master case of Paladin Face displays. Yeah, Paladin Face displays are so good to be honest, and they're so cheap as well. Like in Canada, in the States, yeah, it's a really good buy. So many more people in the hobby right now. Yeah, like definitely. I'd probably say like maybe obviously like 2025, although it definitely has calmed down a bit because of One Piece taking a lot of the show. But I'd say after a couple months, I'm sure a lot of those people will be back. So yeah. Is something going on with Destin Riles right now? I've got 30 boosted bundles. I've got so many people messaging to me today. Almost sold them all for $85 AUD. Um, oh, well, okay. I know that they're getting a reprint, so I actually don't know why people are messaging you. It would make sense it's the other way around. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's just a surge in demand for it. I mean, I really don't know. Sometimes that happens. Can I post my collector profile? Okay, so for anyone who wants to post their collector profile, DM my Discord. So that's the best way to do it. Or Instagram. Oh no, don't DM my Instagram. I'm not logged into my computer, so I literally would not be able to see it on stream. If you wanted to, I could look at it in private, off stream, but please do message my Discord if you want me to look at it in like the next couple, like in the next 20 minutes. I will be looking at collector profiles, but you have to DM my Discord. So the best way to do that is in the link of the description. Let me just make sure that I have the proper description. Yes. Okay. So in the link, there's the link for my Discord server. Join my Discord server. So we have a mutual Discord server. Then you can DM me. I'm just the owner of the Discord server. I'm just going to say I'm the owner there. Okay, cool. So now you know that... Oh, by the way, someone's been faking my Discord. So just like, take precautions for that. But anyways, so you message my Discord and then... DM it with a link to your collector profile and I'll take a look at it. Sorry, there's a very long explanation. My mind is just really blanking out right now. But anyways, would you recommend getting a case of Ascended Heroes at release or wait a bit? PC ETBs? Sure. I'll probably grab a couple PC ETBs if I get the opportunity. Sure. But everything else, not really in my opinion. ETBs, maybe. I'll probably grab an ETB for the display, but yeah, probably not anything else more than that. What's up, Pokebonk? Welcome to the stream. Do you rip packs or do you just invest? I usually do rip packs. Well, okay, sorry, no, I don't usually rip packs, but I will rip packs if I'm around like friends or if I'm around family, but it won't be much and it usually won't be of value. Like a Charizard UPC I ripped, but I ripped that because it has the... okay, it's gone. But it has the promo, which I really like, the Charizard promo. But I usually don't rip. Maybe like once or twice a year, but usually I just lock in and kind of just not really rip that much. Sam, are you going to do collabs with any other Pokemon content creators? Maybe, but I just don't like most content creators in the space. I think most of them are just really like crappy in my opinion. I really don't like the idea of ripping ships. I think it's really sad. It takes away everything that ripping is supposed to be. It is just, you're going to lose money doing it. You're not going to make money doing it. You're going to lose a lot. So, like, you should do it with your friends. You should do it with your family. You should enjoy it with those people. Don't do it on online. So, ripping ships I probably wouldn't want to collab with. The only content creators I probably would collab with is Pokey Oz, if he even wanted to collab with me. I've had a conversation with him, like, once, like, a year ago. But I don't know. I just don't even know if I would, to be honest with you. The only person I do want to collab with is Nostalgianomics. I asked him if he would be down to come on a stream, and he said yes. So that is something that is in the back burner. I'll get it done eventually. But I actually know him. I actually talk to him. He's someone I would be down, but he's not in Australia, but he is also a fellow content creator. I really love his content. I've been watching it for literally years. So he's probably someone absolutely, but probably not many other content creators. I just don't like many people in the space, if I'm being honest with you. I think a lot of them, I don't know, I guess, no, it's just tricky to put a finger on it, but I think a lot of them just aren't really transparent. A lot of them aren't really authentic. A lot of them, or just don't have much skin in the game. A lot of them, there's just so many contributing factors and contributing reasons, and a lot of people who are well off in the space who I think should do content creation. I know a couple of people personally, and I say to them, you should do content creation. A lot of the smart people don't even care to, so a lot of time you're getting like a lot of the like odds and outs, in my opinion. So that's just kind of my opinion there. But yeah, so I probably won't be collabing with many because I just don't really, I just don't really like many other content creators except for Nostalgianomics and Pokeoz. I probably would, but yeah. But the problem is with Pokeoz, it would have to be at like probably like maybe like 11:30 p.m. my time. I don't know. I know the dude has a full-time job, so I don't know if he has like a proper sleep schedule. Me personally, I'm absolutely cooked, so I'm up at this time anyways. But I don't even know if he would want to, because I wouldn't do it at Australian time, because that would just not work. I would get like 5 viewers. So it would have to be like later a day. But anyways, I'm sorry I didn't specify. I'm from Italy, and the price is way lower right now in Italy. We don't have Pokemon Center. I did it mainly because it's a product that here is a very low pop that I found. Oh, fair enough. No, that's... Wait. Over the... Oh, yeah, the maintenance displays. If you can... Well, it depends what you can get it at. If you can get it quite cheap, fair enough. If you're paying like TCG player prices, I honestly just don't think it's worth it. But yeah. Prismatic Evolution, Booster Model Master Case, a good buy. Well, I pretty much have one. I have 9 Booster Model displays of Prismatic, so I can't really talk much shit about it. Yeah, I think it's a good buy. Is it something that's gonna like blow up tomorrow? Probably not, but I'm sure by the end of the year we'll see some returns on it. Sure, we'll see some growth. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Price that is 20% lower than market. I don't mind holding longer because it's harder to sell. Okay, so... Well, 20% of $390 is about $18. It's about, technically, I think $90. Yeah, it's $90. So $90. So you'd be paying 300 USD. It just depends what you can get boosted. I guess for 300 USD, it's not a bad buy. But, like, can you get PC TVs? PC TVs might be better. If, like, it's the same formula where it's 20% under market, PC TVs might be better. But if that's, like, the only item that you're getting, like, premium, then, yeah. Sorry, under market, then, yeah, I'd say go for it. You coming to any card shows in Sydney? No, not really. I don't really see the point. I don't really go to card shows that often. I do go to the Oz National in Melbourne. I usually fly down there because I have a mate there and we usually just hang out, go there. And the... Oh, I forgot what the one is called in Queensland, but it's something. But I usually don't go to Sydney because I don't really know anybody there, so... I bought a couple Perfect Order PCETBs for MSRP. What do you think of them? Just sell them. Like, yeah, you did great. You can sell them. Make a profit, move on. It's Journey Together PCETVs all over again. Perfect Order, Collect Fest, that's what it is. Perfect Order and Journey Together are exactly the same. Right after an incredibly good set, we're going to have a horse crap set to calm everybody down. And then we're going to have a highly anticipated set like 30th Anniversary. It's like exactly the same. So, like, with Pokemon... it's very easy to succeed in this hobby. You just need to learn patterns. And when you can see those patterns, you do amazing, right? So you can see patterns. Okay, Prismatic Evolutions came out, then Journey Together came out. So really hot set, really shit set, then highly anticipated set, Deaths and Rivals. Okay, we can see Ascended Heroes is looking really good. Perfect Order looks out of horseshit. And it's going to be like the smallest set ever, other than like Phantasmal Flames. And then we've got 30th Anniversary coming later in this year. So you've got a pattern, right? So it doesn't take a genius to really figure that out. So then the best approach is get that PC ETB, sell it at retail, sell it as secondary market, and then run away with your money. That's my opinion. I want to buy more sealed prismatic to hold. I think I'll sell a few slabs, even though I'd be breaking even, just so I can see prismatic go up more than my slabs. Yeah, just depends what slabs it is. But look, slabs, I'm not going to make a comment on. The reason why is my logic is there's no need to invest in slabs unless you... Well, there's no need to invest in slabs. The only reason why you'd buy them is because you want it. So if you bought it to invest in, my automatic advice would be sell it anyways. So provided you did do it to invest in, I would just say sell it anyways either way. So that's completely valid. Selling it to buy more prismatic, there's nothing wrong with that. Completely valid. Pokeos and Sam are the only valid people I get advice from. Yeah, absolutely. Pokeos has been here for a good while. He knows what he's talking about. He's been in the industry for years. He has commonly talked about how he's been here since like EX times. He didn't invest then, otherwise he would be like a millionaire. But yeah, so he's pretty cool. He has a lot of long-term knowledge, which is pretty sick. I'm not a huge fan of rip and ships, but for people in the middle of nowhere, it makes sense. Yeah, I don't even know if it makes sense though, because you can just get it like. You can just get packs shipped over, and then if the argument is that's too expensive, well then you're going to have to get the cards shipped over from the booster packs that you pull anyways. So, I don't know, man. I don't think it's worth rip and shipping, especially it's the fact that it's so expensive as well. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's kind of sad, to be honest. I think rip and shipping is... I mean, it benefits me because people just obliterate through supply of sets that I hold, so it benefits me, but I just don't think it's worth it. Anyways, Collect Fest in March. Oh, yeah. Do Australia have sports teams in Don't Like You being a Red Sox hat wearer? Yeah, we have sports teams. I don't really follow sports, but yeah, we do have teams here. But I've never really had much of an interest in sports. Can you review the sealed part of my collector? Would appreciate you giving advice on what to hold for 10 years. Alrighty, so guys, I think it is a good time to look at sealed collections and give my opinion on it. So, I will be keeping the person anonymous for the sake of their privacy, but I will be showing their collection on stream, and we will be taking a look at them, and I'll be giving my opinion on it. Okay, so this guy right here wants me to take a look at his sealed. So this guy requested that I take a look at his sealed and advise him on what to hold for 5 years. Now, judging by the fact of how much Pokemon he has, I would be willing to bet he already holds only good sealed items. I would be willing to bet we're not going to see many collection boxes, probably just a bunch of really good items. So Mega Evolution Booster Box case is great. When you get to this level here, 200k worth, you're not too fussed about what it's worth, what it's going to go up in the next year. When you are at 5k, when you're at 10k, it's a bit different. Even when you're at 1k, right? Like we all start somewhere, right? Or maybe even $500. You really care what it's going to be worth tomorrow. You really care what it's going to be worth in 6 months' time. But when you get to this level, you just focus on buying good quality items, getting ahead of the game, and especially sourcing items. You know, when you're at this level, it's just so difficult to source items. So being willing to buy booster boxes like now versus in 2 years' time when they're going to go up, like say Mega Evolutions, it can just be worth it. So that is just something I want to mention. When you're at this level, it matters less and less. So that's why like some items I hold like 9 prismatic displays. Well, I doubt I'm going to see any returns on those for like a year. So, and if I do, it's a bonus, but I doubt I'm going to see it for like a year. But I'm willing to do that because I just don't care to get returns right now. I don't mind. But that's why a lot of time on my YouTube channel, I will advise like, hey, I think it might be worth buying this item or that item. But a lot of the time it's directed towards viewers saying like, hey, if you have a smaller budget, I think buying this is good. But then if you have a larger budget, maybe buying like Evolving Skies because it's more smooth sailing, it's more easy. So yeah, anyways. So Mega Evolution case, great. Mega Evolution is just such a good set in my opinion. Brilliant Stars booster box, great. Chilling Rain booster box. Oh, so that's actually quite interesting. It's showing these. These ones are the ones that's been exploding. Wonder if it shows... Okay, anyways, who cares? Alright. Sword and Shield UPC. Yeah, it's a very good item. Paleo Evolved booster boxes. Great item. Destined Rivals booster boxes. Great items. Yeah, and then 82 fossil packs. Yeah, I remember you said that you had it from your childhood or something like that. Yeah, that's incredible. I love how casual that is. Like, I mean, you probably, I don't know, maybe you get told this a lot, but obviously fossil isn't the most, sorry, excuse me. I am still currently recovering, so as I said earlier in my stream, but for anyone who's new in the stream, I was sick, then I was getting better, and then I went for a run because I thought I was good, and then I just woke up worse. So, yeah, my apologies. Anyways, I'm sure you get this a lot, but 82 fossil packs isn't really the most, like, efficient thing to do. It's probably better to just get those and put it into, like, Destined Rivals. But I'm sure it's, like, maybe sentimental to you. But, like, if you can do something about it, that's just my opinion. Evolving Skies, Booster Box. Oh, sorry, ETB. Yeah, that's great. RCS Box. That's also pretty solid. Vivid Voltage. I'm sure that's just for the display. The other Sword and Shield UPC. Pretty solid. These Japanese boxes are pretty great as well. I got a couple of the Pikachu ones. Sky Valley Base. Great. That one has been going up so much for some reason lately. Celebrations ETB, great. Paradox Rift, yes. Oh, those Surging Sparks, 22 Surging Sparks boxes. Nice. Phantasmal Flames, yeah, once again, when you get to this kind of level, you kind of just worry about securing the item and letting it sit there, and if it goes up in 2 years' time, it goes up in 2 years' time. A lot of time when you get to that kind of level, you're not really worrying about returns today. So, yeah. Journey Together Enhanced, great. Mega Evolution Enhanced boxes, great. These Moltres UPCs are so cool, but I do not think they're coming to Australia, so I'm not getting those, unfortunately. Chilling Rain Pokemon Center ETB, great. These Pokemon Center Japanese boxes, great. Terrapagos UPC, I mean, it's just one. Is it even worth your time selling it, to be honest? It's not worth holding, but is it even worth selling it? Like, I don't even know if it's worth selling. Just one. I would be willing to bet that you have this, because you probably found it super cheap somewhere, and then you probably just thought, like, might as well hold on to it. I already have it. Charizard UPC, yeah, those are pretty solid. Desmorales ETB, great. The Great Tusk Collection Box, great. Prismatic Figure Collection, great. This Prismatic Bundle, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, this is probably a very similar situation. You probably just got it quite cheap, and then thought, like, I only have one. I might as well hold on to it. But, I mean, I probably would sell that, but is it even worth your time? It's literally just one. Prismatic ETB is great. Then, yeah, Brilliant Stars, 151 Booster Bundle, Unova, Heavy Hitters. Yeah, those are pretty solid as well. I probably would recommend maybe just selling these Unova boxes and then just buying Black Ball PC ETBs if you can. I think that's a better approach to go about things if you can do that. Darkness Ablaze Elite Trainer box. That's something. Yeah, and then Neo Premium File. I have no idea what that is, but you have 6 of them. That's pretty cool. Honestly, I'd probably just keep that because it's so cool. Then you got Mega Evolution ETB, then you got the Gardevoir ETB, then you got Black Ball ETB, Phantasmal ETB, White Flare, Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade, then you got this Iono Premium Tournament Collection box, then you got 47 Prismatic Booster Bundles, Paradox Rift, then you got this collection box, then you got Black Ball Booster Bundles, Black Ball Binder Collection, Destined Rivals, the Marvel Spider-Man Premium, not Premium, but just Bundle. You got this collection box here. So you have like pretty good stuff nonetheless. Nothing really here that bad. You got like a couple random items like this tin, this lunchbox. But like, it's such a small amount, it's borderline not even worth selling. 7 of these. I don't know why you have 7 of them. I mean, maybe just 1 for the promo, but like, yeah, 7 is a bit much. Although $30, holy crap, they're so cheap. Toolkit, I mean, Probably not worth it, but once again, it is quite a small amount. Then you got more stuff here, and got rift bound. Oh, how many rift bound do you have? I just one. Okay, fair enough. Nice. Yeah, it's. I mean, I'd probably say the item that stood out to me the most is this heavy hitters right here. I would probably just go ahead and sell those, and then probably buy Black Bolt PC ETBs if you can, especially if you got these suckers at retail. I actually don't even know what the retail is for them. Actually, this just might be the retail. I think, actually, what was the retail? Was it like $60, $70, $80? I don't know, around that range. I don't even know if you'll break even after fees and shipping. Who knows? But yeah, either way, I probably still would sell them and buy Black Bolt PC ETBs if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. But yeah, dude, pretty sick collection nonetheless. Alrighty, next thing, what's the oldest sealed item you own? Evolving Skies booster box. I don't really see any other items prior to that worth holding in my opinion. Obviously, you know, everything will go up, but I see really large returns with Evolving Skies in the next couple of years. No, the only real opinions to follow the gospel is Rudy from Rudy Investments. You will get rich if you just listen to him. Yeah, Rudy, you will get rich in listening to him, but his strategy is a little bit different. So his strategy is basically just like once something starts getting trending, like TCGs, he takes it on and then he starts selling it and then he'll pretty much just be selling it from there on out. Although the only thing about Rudy is his strategy is a little bit like not traditional, but I suppose it's very like just buy everything, but there's a lot of shit you can just avoid. His strategy has worked really well for him. When you get to that level, I'm sure it's a little bit different. But for us, I don't think his strategy, him being worth like $100 million, I don't think that strategy is gonna hold up for us. Our strategy is probably worth buying only the best items. But for him, he kind of just buys everything. Whether it be any Magic set, any Pokemon, any One Piece, anything, right? But for us, we can just skip through all the shit. And then, you know, so I think his strategy is good and it works really well for him. But it's because he churns through. He basically buys a bunch of booster boxes, sells however many of each set, and then holds on to the others. But it's like for every Paradox Rift booster box, he could have just, you know, held 151, right? But the thing is for him, because he's at such a high level, it's not worth it, right? For him, he just buys a bit of everything. But it's like if you have that little extra notch, because he's said in his videos, he has no idea what Pokemon is, he has no idea what's good, he has no idea what's bad. So he just buys everything. But it's like if you just, I don't think that strategy holds up for us, where like we are more, where we're more like, we have to be more selective, if you will. That's just my personal opinion there. He's a very smart person, but I just don't think following his exact footsteps is worth it, because you got to remember he is a businessman. He has a YouTube channel. He sells merch. He sells Pokemon. He sells, you know, booster boxes. He has a whole team, right? Like what made him rich, it's not like if you take on the same strategy of just buying everything, like you're going to run out of money really quickly. And then when there's good opportunities present themselves, then you're not going to be able to capture them, right? So that's just my personal opinion there. Yeah. So yeah, that's just kind of my opinion there. I think it is, his strategies are good, but it works well for him. But anyways, moving on. I'll be holding onto Prismatic as long as you can. Yeah, valid. I don't think Prismatic Evolution is going to be worth selling for a good while. So this is something I'm going to make a video on soon, is that people sell way too quick. Like, people are way too active. Like, for me, in the last 6 months, what have I sold? A Palladium Fates Booster Battle Display. I sold one because I was up so much on it, and I just want to clear some funds for some One Piece. A little bit of One Piece I sold. Captured some profits on some boxes that I was up way up on. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much everything I've sold. Oh, like a 151 Booster Battle Display I was up huge on. It's mostly it. That's pretty much everything I've sold in the last 6 months. It's just not really that crazy. Most stuff, I don't see it every day. I don't see most sealed I own. Just sits locked away. I barely touch it, barely think about it. I think people, they sell really quick. I think that's a lot of people's problem, is that they think, oh, well, I've doubled my money, I should sell it now. But the thing is that if you say Cosmic Eclipse, right? If you bought a Cosmic Eclipse box and then you swapped it for, say, like a Lost Origin booster box case, or maybe a Brilliant Stars booster box case, or maybe a Chilling Reign, like whatever the price would be when when Cosmic Eclipse was worth like $1,000 a box, and then one of those cases worth like $1,000. If you do the math, and then you look today, you've either lost money because Cosmic Eclipse is worth more, or you've made the exact same value. The only difference is you just wasted more time and moved money around, but you didn't actually do anything. So a lot of people will look at it and go, oh, Cosmic Eclipse is one booster box. I'm going to swap it for 6 cheap ones. But it's like, do you think Cosmic Eclipse is just never going to go up? So it's the same thing as Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies, oh, it's a $2,500 booster box. I'm going to buy this booster box instead because it's cheaper. Okay, well, when that booster box 4x is in price, Paldea Evolved, when that 4x is in price to $1,600, there's a pretty high probability Evolving Skies is going to be $10,000 a box. So then is it even worth selling Evolving Skies, right? And that's where I'm saying, like, I'm not saying it's not worth buying one or it is worth buying the other, but what I'm saying is people sell so quick. So it's going to take so long for Prismatic to actually be worth selling. So yeah, I agree. Like, hold on to it as long as you can, because it's just very, it's going to take a long time for it to be worth selling. Anyways, liquidating those fossil packs would be a pain in the ass. Oh, it depends where you are. If you're in the States, someone will buy it off of you for like 90% of value. Oh, probably less actually. Probably like 85 because it's fossil. It's not like it's Skyridge or something. But yeah, you could probably sell them though. Dude, if that's the motivator, that it's a pain in the ass, bro, those things have been like that price for a long time. Dude, maybe they've been a little bit cheaper, but dude, no, they've been around that price for a while, dude. You've got to sell them eventually. You know what the thing is? Yes, it's a pain in the ass, but think about it. If you got that money, say the fossil packs were $300 a couple of years ago. Well, you could have bought Paldea Evolved, and then you would have turned. Okay, let's do the math. You had what, 82? I think you had 82. Okay, let's let me show you my screen. Let me cook here. So you had 82. Let's just say a year ago it was worth $300. So this is how much money you'd get. You get $24,000, okay? 25. Let's just say $25,000. You get that $25,000, and then you bought Paldea Evolved. What was Paldea Evolved a year ago? Well, okay, when I say a year ago, I'm going to say 2024, like a November period. So what was it in November? So 145. So it was $145. You know what? No, let's actually go here. Let's say January of 20. No, let's say here actually. Let's say $90. And the reason why I'm going to say $90 is because Fossil has been $300 a pack for like the longest time. So let's just say you got Paldea Evolved for $90. So $90 per Paldea Evolved booster box. You would have 277 booster boxes of Paldea Evolved. Oh, for the record, if you're buying 277, you can absolutely get a bulk discount. But let's just say you pay $90. Now they're worth $400. Like that. So you're sitting on $110,000. $111,000, sorry. If you did that. So then the next opportunity, so like say you did that with Evolving Skies. Maybe you sell all your fossil packs and buy some Evolving Skies cases. You would probably be able to buy, how many boxes with that? Oh, 10, because they're 2,500. So you can buy 10 Evolving Skies boxes. Those 10 Evolving Skies boxes are going to outperform those fossil packs 100%. That's just my opinion there. For being honest with you, I think it would be a pain in the ass, but honestly, not really. You find the correct person, and they'll buy it off of you. How do you feel about Scarlet Violet Base, Paradox Rift, considering they're going out of rotation? Well, I mean, they're decent sets, not really that crazy, but you've got better sets. And history has always proven to us buying better sets, even at a premium, is worth it over buying those worse sets. By the way, if you do want me to take a look at your collector profile, just DM my Discord. I just gotta say it again because I know there's new people in the stream. If you want me to take a look at your collector profile, join my Discord server, and then DM me and I'll take a look at your collector profile. Hi Sam, what do you think about making a Snorlax 151 promo play? I have 10 of them already, thinking about getting 10 to 20 more. Yeah, it's a good play, but once again, I just rather sealed. So it's okay. Look, out of all of them, that's Snorlax promo. I'm not gonna share my screen because it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna quickly get the price for you guys. $15. Okay, when will that go to $45? When will that go to $30? It's gonna take. Oh, actually, it's not a bad buy. Admittedly, yeah. Okay, I actually don't blame you if you buy. To be honest, it's actually a pretty decent buy. Just scrambling for work, but I caught you live. Yeah, well, yeah, good luck with work, man. Happy Friday. I hope you get through it quick. Oz Automotive. Oz Automotive. Hi, G, where you at? I don't think he's in the stream. Yeah, I should have messaged him. I should have told him to join it, but yeah, he's not here. In your video of your best items to buy, you have 151 ETBs. Do you think they will be liquid in 5 years? Yes, they will be liquid. They are extremely rare. There's very few around, and when they are around, they generally sell quite quick. So, yes, there's less demand, but there's very little of them. So, you're competing against very little people. Yes, they will sell very easily in the future. Absolutely. But, yeah, that's, but yeah, anyways, okay, so I'm going to take a look at collector profiles. Oh, someone did ask me to take a look at it, but oh wait, no, hang on. I should have it here. Here. All right. Okay, so this guy also asked me to take a look at his collector profile. Once again, if you do want me to take a look at your collector profile, click the link in the description, join my Discord server so we have a mutual server, then DM me and send me a collector profile and I'll take a look at it. You need to send me a link you'll find in the settings of the collector app. Okay, so you have an Avoidance Guys booster box, which is great. I don't know why collector isn't properly displaying the Avoidance Guys booster box value. It's selling for like 2.5k on eBay, so and like consistently, so I don't really get what's up there. But yeah, Avoidance Guys, which is pretty great. 151 booster on display, also pretty great. Charizard, I mean, yeah, that's valid. Like, I get I get the logic. Get the classic collection coming up. That's Morales booster box. You got 3 of them, which is pretty great. 151 ETB, which is pretty great. Super premium collection. The SPC, which is pretty great. Signal Sparks, which is pretty good. Mega Evolution Enhanced. That's pretty good as well. Blooming Waters, which is pretty solid. You got the Costco combo, which is pretty great. Then you got this, the Charizard UPC, Premium Figure Collection Box, Prismatic ETBs. Then you've got the Costco deal, the Surging Sparks. Then you've got this Celebrations Metal Pikachu. Then you got some Crown Zenith tins. I'm assuming you got those from the Kmart fire sale. That was insane. I got like 30 of them. I don't have any more, but I got them on. I got like 30 on the day. It was pretty sweet. Surging Sparks, ETB, great. Then you got Alakazam, we got 12 of them, nice. Got a Pikachu V. I mean, look, I'd probably sell this. Would probably sell this, but I don't know if those are like PC. I don't know if you just want to keep them because you like them, but if not, it's probably worth selling. Just my personal opinion. Then you got the Zapdos boxes, 10 of them. That's pretty good. Then you got Prismatic, Black Bolt, White Flare. Then Paladin Fates, Desperate Rivals, Mega Rayquaza, Desperate Rivals 3-pack blister. Then you got the Birthday Pikachu, and you got some nice singles. Yeah, fair enough. Look, man, I'll probably liquidate a decent amount of... Wow, that is a junk slab if I've ever seen one. CGC 9.5 Morpeko VMAX. Damn. Collector has that at $5. That is harsh. Damn. I'm sure it's worth a little bit more than $5. But yeah, man, like, look, you got a lot of cards here. If you can liquidate these, preferably. If you can't, it doesn't really matter. It's whatever. Look, man, I have a binder as well, dude. This binder is... Well, not even a binder, sorry. I have... it's actually what I store my... I use it as, like a stand to put my camera on when I record. But it's just full of EXs, full arts, and... stuff like that. And like, you know, maybe in 10 years time they'll be worth something. So maybe if you want to do that, that's valid. Especially like whenever I pull stuff, because I know that if you pull stuff and then you hold on to it, eventually you kind of make your money back from the item. So that's kind of what I do whenever I pull stuff. I don't really sell it because selling is just pure gambling. Selling it to fuel buying more stuff to open. But like if you buy, like if you open a pack and you pull something and you hold it, eventually it's actually going to end up paying for the pack. So yeah, maybe you're doing that there, which I don't blame you. I do a similar thing whenever I do crack packs. But yeah, dude, pretty cool stuff. You got some pretty consistent stuff here. Pretty high quality. Yeah, dude, it's pretty solid. Pretty solid nonetheless. Yeah, okay. Should I buy 4 Pokemon Mega Evolution Ascended Heroes Elite Trainer boxes for $80 euros each, and 1 Mega Evolution Mini Tin display for 150 euros? Okay, I would not buy the mini tin the mini tin display. I don't think that's worth it, to be honest with you. But I probably would. I wouldn't even buy the LA trainer boxes. I just don't think they're worth it, to be honest with you. It's just still so new. You're gonna be holding on to them for years until you see returns. So yeah, I have 2 boxes of OP5. Should I hold them or sell them at 1K box? No, just hold them. It's such a good set. It's regarded as the best set of One Piece. I mean, I think OP13 is better, but I just don't see a point in selling them, to be honest. I just don't think it's worth it. So I would not bother if I were you. Just don't think it's worth it. Um, but yeah, okay. Moving on to the next collector profile. Yeah, once again, sorry, I just keep saying this because I don't know how many people like bouncing and staying. So, yeah, if you do want me to take a look at your collector profile, we're just having some fun looking at people's collector profiles. If you do want me to take a look at your collector profile, then make sure to just DM my Discord server. Sorry, DM me. There's a link to my Discord server in the description, and then I'll take a look at your thingy. Um, and then if you did want me to, sorry, and also just make sure to join my Discord server regardless. I also do post there occasionally, and yeah, I talk there every single day, so make sure to join that. Just like, just either way. Unified Minds booster box, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, Unified Minds is a pretty rare booster box, so look, I would probably sell the Unified Minds for Evolving Skies if you can, just because Evolving Skies is just so much better. So generally, whenever people sell really expensive booster boxes and they buy cheaper booster boxes, usually it's just because the box is cheaper. But in this situation, I do think Evolving Skies is better, and time has proven that better booster boxes are more expensive like than low quality expensive booster boxes. A great example is, I believe it's called Dark Explorers. It is an X and Y booster box, an extraordinarily rare booster box, but it's only like 3K USD. It's like Evolving Skies is almost the price of one of those dudes. Yeah, Evolving Skies is far newer, far younger, far like more printed. So yeah, sometimes older is not better. So in this instance, I would probably say it's probably worth selling the Unified Minds, buying an Evolving Skies. Same goes for some Broken Bonds. Broken Bonds had a pretty good run, but I would probably just chuck into the Evolving Skies. Like if you sell the Unbroken Bonds and if you sell the Unified Minds, you actually get enough cash to buy 2 Evolving Skies boxes. So if I were you, that's just probably what I'd go with. Celebrations UBC is pretty sick. Burn Stars booster boxes are pretty sick. 1-for-1 UPCs are pretty sick. Overall here it's pretty sick. Death and Rivals, Sword and Shield, pretty great. Evolving Skies, 1-5-1, Hidden Fates, Crown Zenith. Yeah, these are all really solid picks. And you got these, I love the Fusion Strike PC TBs. Those are pretty sick. These alt art, the Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon are such good collection boxes. So great job on those. Twilight Masquerade booster box is pretty sweet. Yeah, so dude, you got some pretty sweet stuff here. Temporal Forces, I mean, it's not the best set, but it is going out of rotation. Or no, I don't think it's going out of rotation this year, but still pretty good. It's not even a good set. Sorry, what the heck? I just said it's a pretty good set. Sorry, Temporal Forces is not a good set, but I mean, it is a booster box. It is Scarlet and Violet. It might just be worth holding on to be honest with you. you know, sometimes when you have so many booster boxes, it's just worth just holding on to them because you already have them. Plus, I'm sure it's pro for the PC. It seems like you have one of every Scarlet Violet booster box, so it does seem like it's for the PC as well. So yeah, but overall, dude, this is like a pretty sweet collection. Got some celebrations. I see you're prepping for 30th anniversary, which is pretty good, pretty good. Overall, yeah, nothing really to complain about. Yeah, nah, overall, really, really solid, to be honest. Yeah, dude, nice job. But yeah, no, yeah, overall, I'd say there's nothing really to change here. You've just got pretty good stuff. Of Sorry. Sorry. Holy crap. Yeah, once again, for anyone who's new to the stream, I am recovering from an illness, so I apologize for that. Holy crap. Yeah, sorry. Once again, I am recovering from an illness, so I apologize for that. But anyways, moving on. Yeah, no, pretty good overall. I definitely think maybe, yeah, that's like my only critique. I'd probably swap the Unbroken Bonds and the Unified Minds for an Evolving Skies. Just my personal opinion. I think Evolving Skies is far better than both of them. And it's not like Unified Minds and Unbroken Bonds are really old sets. It's not like they're 10 years old. It's not like they're 20 years old. They're all from a pretty similar time anyways. Sorry. Holy crap. That just came out of nowhere. It's not like Evolving Skies is like completely different age. They're all pretty similar. So it's not like it has much going for it other than it being tag team, which is pretty good. But Evolving Skies is just better in my opinion. So yeah, anyway, sorry, that was, holy crap, that was freaking killing me. Holy moly. But anyways, moving on. How do you feel about the Prismatic SPC? Personally, I feel like it is fair for its price, 15 packs and a kind of mid promo. For the price, I'd rather get 2 premium figure collection boxes. Yeah, that's fair. Look, the thing about figure collection boxes, you're not really gonna have that premium that the other dude has. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's definitely a solid buy. Look, the thing about Prismatic is any Prismatic is a good buy. All Prismatic is probably going to do the same return anyways. So it's like the argument between PC ETBs, normal ETBs, the argument between figure collection box and SPCs, they're all going to go up the same pretty much anyways. So once, you know, you get to a certain level, once they've all released and they're all sat in the market for a good couple months, they all marinate. Generally, they're just the price that they are, so yeah. Anyways, moving on. Sam's made an entire video about prismatic SPCs. Yeah, it was a good while ago, to be honest. I might just what's-it-called? I might do another one soon, just kind of visit it. Anyways, Oz Collector's Time. Yeah, there's a couple people that have sent collector profiles. I'll try to find yours, but oh wait, here we go. All right, let me take a look at your collector profile. Alrighty, so this is Oz Automotive's collector profile. It is worth a total of $41,000. So you got a case of celebrations, which is pretty good. Yeah, so you seem to be pretty prepared with the Generations ETB as well. Got XY Evolutions booster box, which is pretty good. I don't think selling XY Evolutions is worth it, if I'm being honest with you. XY Evolutions is not... It's kind of like... It's a bit unique. It's a poor man's base set, so I don't think it's worth selling, in my personal opinion. But anyways, Team Up, Blisters, yeah, that's great. Celebrations. Oh, actually, I probably would sell the team up blisters if I were you. Actually, I'd probably sell them and maybe buy, maybe some Scarlet Violet, maybe a Fusion Strike booster box. If you can sell these and get a pretty similar amount that you'd get for a Fusion Strike booster box, there's no harm in doing that. Sell these 4 blisters, buy Fusion Strike, or maybe contribute like $100. Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. I'd probably Ultra Premium Collection Box. Yep, that's also a good one. Got the 2 pairs of ETBs. Those are pretty solid as well. Got XY Evolutions blisters. Look, considering you already have the booster box and ETB pair, I probably wouldn't bother with blisters as well. So I would probably sell those blisters if you can. Probably buy, honestly, maybe some Celebrations ETBs. It does seem like you really like Celebrations. So maybe you want to go for that. But yeah, probably not the best idea considering you already have the ETBs and also a booster box. Anyways, moving on. Got these 2 collection boxes. I would probably recommend selling those. Those are XY Evolution collection boxes. And once again, you have a lot of XY Evolutions. You have 2 ETBs and also a booster box. I don't think it's worth holding these. I'd probably say sell these 2 and then buy Fusion Strike booster box as well. I think that's definitely sitting on a couple good Fusion Strike booster boxes that you can definitely pick up. Got some pretty decent stuff nonetheless, though. Roaring Skies blisters, pretty similar situation. They're just really expensive. Booster packs going from 25 to 50, 50 to 100, 100 to 250, 100 to 200. It's fair. Once you get to like $280, bro, it's going to take so long to hit $560. It's going to take so long. So it probably is worth selling those Roaring Skies if I'm being 100% honest with you. Got the premium the SBCs, which is pretty solid. Got a bunch of Celebrations ETBs. Got Phantasmal. Got Journey Together. Got Mega Evolutions. Generations. Look, if you can hold on to those Generations until 30th anniversary comes out, that would be absolutely great. I'm going to get through this quickly because I just got a notification that my phone is on 20%. I do use my phone as a camera, which means we are currently a bit of a ticking time bomb, but yeah, just so I'll get through this quick, but yeah, pretty solid nonetheless. You got some Hidden Fate tins, which is pretty solid. Got Terrestrial, which is pretty good. Shiny Treasure. Got some other stuff. Yeah, pretty good stuff overall. I mean, maybe these Sword and Shield blisters if you really want to get rid of, but honestly, it's not really that much, so it's not. I don't even know if it's worth selling, to be honest. They kind of get to a certain point where it's not even worth selling. Maybe you can do like some bundle where you sell the Darkness Ablaze and the Sword and Shield base. Might not be a horrible idea, but yeah, dude. Overall, pretty solid collector profile. I gotta get cracking though, cause yeah, like I said, currently low on battery, so let me quickly go through as many collector profiles as possible. Once again, if you do want to take a look at your collector profile, I will do it in the stream, but I just do need you to DM me on Discord, and then I will take a look at it. But anyways, moving on. And the next time I do a stream, I won't be coughing the entire time, which is also pretty great as well. But anyways, moving on. So Black Ball Display, great. Chilling Rain, 4 ETBs, great. Pelion Face, great. Pretty good stuff here. What is that? Oh, is that, actually, I don't even know what that is. Damn, that's such a specific item. Oh, okay, that didn't really help. What is that? Oh, that doesn't help as well. Okay, whatever. That's such a weird item, but yeah, fair enough. I mean, I have no idea what that is, but anyways. Chilling Rain, yeah, you got some pretty sweet stuff here. I've got the RCS collection box. That's also a pretty sweet item as well. Pretty sweet. PSA 8. Oh, man, that's rough. PSA 8 for Crown Zenith is never fun. But I'm sure you got that at a pretty good price. So, yeah, dude, overall, pretty solid. Nothing really to articulate. Maybe this item here, like, I have no idea what this is. I don't know, maybe it's got an illustrated Pikachu inside and maybe it's just treasure. I realistically don't know. I literally have never seen that product in my life. I have no idea what that is. What is it? What's the price history of this? Oh, and also my Mac is low. Oh, okay. If my Mac is low on power, yeah, that's not fun. So my Mac is 10%. Oh, I could probably fix that. Hang on, give me a sec. I can totally fix that. Just give me a quick sec. I just gotta get a cord. Yeah, we'll end the stream when my phone goes flat. So I'm gonna quickly get a cord for my dude. Sorry, my mind keeps blanking. For my computer, I'm gonna get a cord, but just give me a sec. I will be right back. There we go. All right. Cool. All right, back to it. Okay, so yeah, once again, okay, I'm just gonna quickly check up on the chat. So cheers, bro. Keep crushing us. Session Sparks and Journey together. Should I trade when they reach close to $300? No, do not trade them. They are both good items. Do not sell them or trade them until later in the time. Hey man, hope you're well. Love your content. One content creator to another, also fellow Aussie. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. My biggest singles are on another one. Oh, another page. Okay, I'll quickly take a look at that. Actually, I won't take a look at your singles, and the reason why is my advice is do not hold any singles unless it's for personal collection. If it's for investment, sell it all and buy sealed. So I won't take a look at your singles for that reason. But I do think that, yeah, that's pretty much my rule. If it's singles, do not hold it as as an investment. So for that reason, I'm looking at these, articulating it, and giving my opinion on it. If it's assuming it as an investment. So yeah, anyways, I rather have 22 packs of 4 promos instead of 15 packs and 1 promo. The SBC will have a premium because it's an SBC, but just don't love it. Yeah, well then get the figure collection boxes. It's completely valid if that is your opinion. I think that's valid. I do agree on that. Yeah, no, valid. Completely valid. I do feel like that is fair. Anyways, I appreciate your input. I do not have many friends in Pokemon, so it's nice to bounce off others' ideas. Yeah, make sure you join the Discord server if you want to. Like, there's tons of people constantly talking there. Every day I talk there, so... yeah, you can always just chat, you can always ask questions, you can always get other people's opinions. So yeah, haha, so I've done for celebration interviews. Yeah, it did take me a good while to find him. Will Destin Morales hit 5k by 2030 in your opinion? No, that's not happening. That's like saying, will Evolving Skies hit 5k next year? No, this year. I don't think Evolving Skies is hitting 5k this year. And even so, Evolving Skies is better than Desmorales. Yeah, no, that's just not happening. No, it will not hit 5k by 2030. I have 3 prismatic ETBs, but they have the price from the dollar store printed on them. Does that lower the value on them? I don't think that lowers the value on them. Apparently there is a premium for them, but I don't think it lowers or adds value to it. I think it's kind of just whatever. Sitting Sparks and Journey together, I've been thinking about doing a trade-up challenge at 300 each. I mean, if you can do a trade-up challenge, anything is worth it. If you're getting more value for something that you're giving, then it doesn't matter what it is worth it literally every single time. It's impossible for it to not be worth it. 6 a.m. live, no, you're exactly right. Yeah, let's go. Where would you be for it to be 6 a.m.? But yeah, no, I guess I am live at your 6 a.m. No, 1 a.m. live is crazy. Well, I'm in AEST, so it's actually 12 a.m., not 1 a.m., but yeah. Anyways, I really got to get shopping. Small collection started years ago. Would love some feedback. 2008 collection box. Had some Celestial and some old packs. Oh, wait. I think I already looked at this one, didn't I? Yes, I did already look at this one. Yes. Okay, I did already take a look at that one. Next one. John's Pokemon card collection. All right, 151 booster bundle display. Okay, so we got a total value of 16,000 display, which is pretty good. Dazzling Rivals booster box, which is pretty good. Phantasmal Flames, which is pretty good. Well, some are good. Mega Evolutions, which is pretty good. Blooming Waters, Costco, 2 packs. Then you got 10 Charizard UPCs, which is something. It is a bit much. Like, I don't blame people if they want to buy Charizard UPCs, but considering you have $16,000, that means this makes up about 8% of your portfolio. That's way too much. If that is making up 8% of your portfolio, I would highly encourage you to instead not sell all of them, but maybe sell 5 of them, or maybe sell however many you need to buy a fusion box. Destin Rouse ETB, Prismatic Figure Collection. Holy shit, 34 Prismatic ETBs. That's pretty good. 151 Booster Model, which is pretty good. Black Bolt, yeah, it's pretty solid overall. A lot of the time when I see low value cards, like $50, I just assume it's a card that they pulled or do like. It's not like it's a $10,000 slab, so I'm usually ignoring those because I do acknowledge that they are most likely cards that the individual has pulled or just likes. Anyways, Desmeralda's Booster Bundle 19, it's pretty solid nonetheless. I have some Desmeralda's Booster Bundles, although I am thinking of just moving those to booster boxes. I do have a little bit of time, so I might do that. Just move all my Build and Battle blisters and booster bundles to booster boxes. I'll have to calculate if I can be bothered, but I don't think I can, so I'll probably just end up not doing it. But overall, pretty solid. Nothing really to pick at. Yeah, pretty solid overall. Yeah, nice job, man. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. So yeah, moving on. We are in a bit of a crunch, so I will take a look at. I will be taking a look at other ones just here. Make sure to DM my Discord. Sorry, my mind is blanking. All right, I'm just gonna quickly read the chat. Do you think Costco 2 packs will carry a premium? No, they won't. They won't carry a premium. No one cares. They won't carry a premium, but they also won't not carry a premium. It's just gonna be whatever. Thanks for the info. Bought one for 140 and the others at 165. Yeah, look, it doesn't really matter that you're down. I'd still say just sell them. Or just trade them. See if someone will trade you Fusion Strike. I know some people will do it the other way around, so it might be worth it. Who knows? The prismatic booster bundle displays you have are a little. Sorry, the prismatic bundle displays you have are down a little. You think they're good long term or with more reprints now? Yeah, prismatic booster bundle displays are fantastic. I think they will 100% be a good long term hold. The ones I have, I'm not down on. I got them at pretty good entries, and I got them pretty much before they blew up. So I've got them for about $1,000 each, $1,000 to $1,100 each. So yeah, your T-shirt. Are you from Italy? I'm not from Italy. I was born in Australia, but I'm Italian. So yeah, pretty good pickup there. But anyways, moving on to the next collector profile. Here we go. Okay, $7,000 by XX2 Shots XX. Alrighty, 151 UPC, pretty solid. Hidden Fates, ETB, pretty solid. Fusion Strike, Mega Evolutions. Nothing really to critique here. Pretty solid. Look, I mean, if you can get... You do have a lot of singles. If you can get rid of a lot of these singles, I probably would go for it, but... I would also understand why you don't want to, because it is kind of a lot of effort, or you'll just get a crap price. But yeah, overall pretty solid. I mean, you got surprise boxes. I probably would recommend selling those. 6 of those aren't really the most fun thing ever. If you can just swap those surprise boxes for prismatic booster bundles, that'd be better. Maybe, well, if you get 6 times 4, is that 240? So you got 200 sell them, or just $240 of value. I don't know. Maybe 2 prismatic ETBs. I'd probably sell those, buy 2 prismatic ETBs. But yeah, dude, other than that, pretty solid. Like, obviously you got a Shining Fate ETB, you got an Assurance, which isn't really that good, but you only have one, so that's why I'm assuming it's like more of a display type thing. So that's why I'm not really having to dig at it, because I know it's more or less a display. So yeah. But yeah, dude, overall pretty solid. Overall, only thing I would probably critique is the Mega Evolution Enhanced booster boxes. So the reason why I am critiquing it at you is because you have $7,700. If you have 2 of these, then that means about 7-ish% of your portfolio is made up on just these 2 booster boxes alone, or actually a little bit less. It's more like 5%. No, it's more like 6% of your portfolio is made up of these. I would probably recommend just selling them, because that does make up a lot of your portfolio. It's not like you have one box. It's not like you have one box and $20,000 of Pokemon, right? Like, you have 2 boxes and 7.7k of Pokemon. So that's just probably a very large amount of Mega Evolutions. So maybe just sell those surprise boxes, sell the Mega Evolutions. Maybe either buy a lot of Brain Stars, or maybe buy some Prismatic ETBs, maybe some Paladin Fates. No harm in maybe selling these Mega Evolutions and buying a Paladin Fates Pokemon Center ETB. It's definitely also a solid buy. You can get on TCG Player for $370, so definitely worth it in my honest opinion. But yeah, anyways, moving on. Three booster boxes, 3 Death and Rails booster box, or 1 prismatic booster bundle display. Or probably just honestly, both of them are fine, but I'd probably say maybe the Deaths and Rivals, or honestly, both of them are just such good picks. But yeah, both of them kind of work, to be honest. I'm getting rid of all the lower price ETBs, one of the Mega Evolution booster boxes, and the singles are pretty much Hidden Fates Master Set. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, well, I'd say it's probably worth it then. Maybe once you... Can you also get rid of the surprise boxes? If you get rid of the surprise boxes as well, that will give you 80 plus 320, so you have about $550 to play with. Maybe Brain Stars booster box. It's not really horrible, but the reason why I'm recommending it is because Sword and Shield, so that's why I'm recommending it so heavily. But anyways, moving on. All right, next one on the list. Okay, you do. So, okay. Bert's, you have DM'd me your user tag. You do have to actually send me your a link, because I'm not logged in. I just view it as a guest, and Collector will not let me search up your name. It will only let me view it if you send me a link. So if you want me to view it, you do have to send me a link. But yeah, because whenever I go, so you have to send me a link if you do want me to view it. I know you DM'd me on Discord, but yeah. Is this Rails a good pickup yet? Or do we still wait? I've got lots already, and I want more before it's still out of print. Well, with Destin Rails, I'm just dollar cost averaging, to be honest with you. So for me, I am just slowly but surely buying it. Whenever the opportunity presents itself, I will just go ahead and buy it. So I would recommend you probably do the same. You don't have to go balls deep and buy a million now. But yeah, definitely a good opportunity, but you do not have to like panic and buy it all now. But yeah, anyways, moving on. Lemaire, bro, not helpful. I I know both of them are good, but I'm split as which I should put my money on. Okay, make a decision for me, please. I'm not going to make a decision for you. And the reason why is if I make a decision for you, you're not going to learn. You're just going to go based off someone else's opinion. I do not recommend you just. I make the decision for you. I don't recommend that. I will advise you buy the 3 Decimal, provided you don't own any Pokemon. I'm just going with a complete blank slate. Like, if you have 10 Decimal booster boxes, alright, well, I'd buy the Prismatic Display. But provided you don't own any of either set, and I'm just asking face value, which one should you be buying? 3 Decimal booster boxes. It is more safe of an item. It is an item that has a high demand. 3 Decimal booster boxes is worth it in my opinion, so that's what I'm advising. I do not advise that you just blindly follow that. You should be just making your own decision. But yeah, I really like the RCS figure collection. Good promo and cosmic Eclipse and Sword Shield like $100. Yeah, no, it is definitely a good box nonetheless. Very ugly box, not that appealing, but the contents inside definitely make up for it in my honest opinion. But yeah, anyways, Bert has sent me his collector profile, so it is time for me to take a look at it. Yippee. Team Up booster box, pretty sweet nonetheless. Team Up is definitely a good item. Obviously, like, that's a no shit thing to say, but the thing about Team Up is it is short printed, so it's not just run by demand, it is also run by it being short printed. I do think Team Up is a very good item nonetheless. I think at these prices, it might be worth just liquidating it and buying Evolving Skies, but at the same time, I also wouldn't blame you if you just want to hold on to Team Up. It is a 10k item. It is practically a used, nearly a new car. Give it a couple years, this can be a 10, sorry, this can be a 15, this can be a 20, this can be a 25k box. Now, will you outperform other items? Most likely not. I don't think you will. If you hold Team Up, you're not going to be outperforming Paleo Evolved. You're not going to be outperforming Paladin Fates. You're not going to be outperforming Evolving Skies. But you will be holding onto a box that has slow but steady returns with one of the most popular type of cards being tag teams. And like we were talking earlier in the stream, if they do remake the tag teams in a future era, the older tag teams will absolutely explode. The older tag teams being Team Up. Team Up is from Sun and Moon. That is, 4 eras old? Because you have Mega Evolution, Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon. It is getting up there in age. So, obviously, it's very expensive, so it has reflected that. It's not like this is a 1k box. But, yeah, that's kind of my opinion there. So, it's like, if you're comfortable with it not outperforming everything else, I'd say hold it, right? Like, it's definitely worth it. But if you do want, you can just sell it and then buy 4 Evolving Skies boxes. That's definitely also a good opportunity as well. But I do see the appeal of just holding it. Me personally, I'll probably never own a Team Up box unless I hit it big with like some promo and then I turn like $1,000 into $10,000 and then I just want one. But like, I'll probably never. I might own one in the future. I don't know. I'll see. But yeah, it's one of those items where you're not going to outperform a lot of the market, but at the same time, you do have a safe, steady returns. So yeah. Anyways, to Silver Tempest Booster Box case, yeah, it's a pretty solid item nonetheless. Sword and Shield Booster Box this year is going to be the year of Sword and Shield, so definitely a good item to hold. Then of all guys boxes, you got 3 of them. Great. Overall, really good. 151 Ultra Premium Collection Box, UPC, is a case which is pretty solid nonetheless. XY Evolution Booster Box, which is also very solid as well. Sword Shield UPC, very good. You got 2 cases of those, pretty solid item. Then you got, some pretty good heat here. Got the Wailord, which is pretty sweet. Got 3 Fusion boxes. Fusion Strike about eclipse $1,000. Pretty solid. Nothing really to pick at. I mean, look, Eevee Heroes, if I'm being real with you, Eevee Heroes is dead in the water. Sell that Eevee Heroes box. It's doing nothing for you, dude. I remember years ago, EV Heroes used to be 450, 500. That's what EV Heroes used to be. Evolving Skies was about $300, and EV Heroes used to be the premium item. The Moonbreon used to be worth more, and as Japanese, and yeah, it was the premium item. Now it is the cheap item. EV Heroes is just a flop. It just doesn't have much demand, and because of the like schemes of mapping boxes, weighing packs, and all that jazz, and also resealing EV Heroes boxes, there was a huge scandal over it years ago. For anyone who doesn't know, EV Heroes boxes, it's so easy to fake. After EV Heroes boxes, they did something special to like the box so that you can't fake it. But EV Heroes was faked so much and resealed, so people don't want to open up for that reason. It's dead in the water. It's never going to move up, or it might, but not a lot. It's not really worth it. Silver Tones boxes are great. You got some pretty good stuff here. Good like Pokemon Center boxes. Got like Unbroken Bonds, Crown Zenith. Overall pretty solid. Ooh, Flash Fire. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I was gonna get I think 5 Flash Fire for like $50. I was gonna buy it off this guy like a year ago, but I didn't bother. But it doesn't really haunt me because it was like 5, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, whenever I see Flash Fire Bliss, it always reminds me of that. But yeah, dude, other than that, you got some pretty good stuff. Obviously, like it does seem like you've got a Hidden Fates master set, like the other guy. So, um, provided it's more of a PC thing, I'd probably say obviously just like hold on to it. If it's an investment, then fair enough. But I probably wouldn't hold on to it. So it kind of just depends where you sit there. But yeah, dude, other than that, pretty solid. I do find Team Up Booster Box very interesting. I don't see them often, especially in Australia. You don't really see them often. So yeah, I mean, team up, it's just both sides of the coin. Hold team up or evolving skies. Like it's usually like a big debate. Is it worth holding the more expensive box or is it worth holding evolving skies? I do think evolving skies is better and cheaper. So especially if evolving skies is 1/5 of the price of team up. Evolving skies being the same price of team up is a 5x. A 5x for team up is 50k, and that's just not happening for decades. So yeah, you're definitely not going to outperform it, but you're going to be holding on to something that will be going up. And if it's $10,000, it going up, 20% or 30% is like $1,000, $2, $3, $4, $5,000. So, yeah, overall pretty good collection. Very unique with the team up. Yeah, but overall pretty solid. Yeah, I really wish I had a team up box because I could have bought it for like 1k, 1.5, 2k for the longest time, and I just didn't. There's been so many times where like card shop owners would say like, yeah, dude, I got it right now for not 3k, but like that's 3k AUD, like 2k USD. I never grabbed it, but that's right. I'll get it sometime in the future. But anyways, Hannah Sims $400 is a little sentimental to me. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, Team Up is quite sentimental. It's almost 1:30 a.m. Go to bed. Okay, once again, I live in a different time zone. It's 12:30 where I'm at, so it is a bit different. Although I probably will wrap it up soon. Yeah. You know what? Actually, I might just wrap it up now because I'm pretty sure. Oh, think I've. Okay. Okay, we've got one more to look at. One more to look at. But yeah, dude, if you're in the Discord, like, make sure to join the Discord server if you haven't. I just want to quickly say that. But there is someone faking me. He's not in the Discord server. Or, like, he keeps joining and leaving. Because I tried to ban him, man. I can't. So, yeah, like, people told me that this guy said that, like, they're impersonating me. Which is so funny. The reason why it's so funny that someone's impersonating me is actually, hang on, let me just quickly cover this because I don't want to leak who the Discord account is just for the sake of privacy. Oh, the guy literally posted it in the general chat. Okay. If someone DMs me, I'm not gonna leak their Discord because I'm not gonna connect their Discord to the collective profile because I don't want them. I don't know if they would want me to do that. But anyways, this is my Discord. It's not professional at all. It's just my personal Discord, and I just use it. It's the note is literally I'm complying so hard right now, which is I don't know some conversation I have with some guy, and it's just like it's so casual. So it's so funny because this guy, where is it here? This guy keeps impersonating me. He joins the Discord server. I don't know, says whatever, but then leaves, so I can't ban him. So then it's like, hi, I'm having a random check of every member, how they're handling the market sector individually. Thanks for being a part of my community. I'd like to know your name and where you're reaching out from. What? Like, bro, it's just so funny. I love seeing someone literally recreate, like, it's not even my logo or anything. It's just my personal Discord that I just made that I made the Discord server with. So that's what I find really funny, especially the fact that my name, dude. Sorry. Before I end the stream, I just gotta show you this. This is really funny. My name, if you're not in the Discord server, you have to join it. But it's same shiny socks, but it's Young Rudy. Now the reason waste of that is someone said that I'm a young version of Rudy, so that's why I said I'm gonna make it like a rapper's name. So that's why it's Young with a YUNG. So same shiny socks. Young Rudy is reaching out to. It's just so funny, but. Anyways, it's really stupid, but it is really funny. Oh, the guy's profile. That's right. Okay, so $32,000. Got one card. What is the card? Ooh, it's pretty cool. Okay, so we've got a Lord of the Rings collector box. Yeah, this is so rare. You cannot find those anywhere. Then you got Voice Guys booster box. Then you got the normal Lord of the Rings, not the holiday one. That's great. Paldean Fates. Got Final Fantasy. I'm so nostalgic for Final Fantasy. I bought 10 Final Fantasy collector boxes for like $700. And then when they went to like 1.5, I sold them all. So that was insane. Oh my gosh. Man, me and my mate, we got so many of those. But yeah, I mean, it's still a pretty good item though. It's just not really for me, and I want to buy other stuff, but I do get why you would want to own it, so it's like, dude, it's completely valid. Future Strike box, you got some pretty decent stuff. Oh, Edge of Eternities. It's also a pretty solid one. Pretty solid one as well. You got these decks, which is pretty cool. Got, Ascended Heroes. Yeah, dude, I got to get some Ascended Heroes as well. Oh, you got Avatar as well. Avatar is pretty good. Although I've seen the prices crash in the singles, like absolutely plummet. Spider-Man is so cheap right now. But yeah. Other than that, you got Black Ball Pokemon Center. Pretty good. I mean, nothing really to really critique here. You got some pretty decent stuff. I mean, I don't know, maybe this Edge of Eternity's box here, maybe not worth holding on to. But I know it does have it has a collector box, right? A collector booster, so yeah, but dude, yeah, overall pretty sick. No, it is nice to see something. It's pretty cool. Final Fantasy is a bit of a trip down memory lane from last year. That was so cool. I didn't I didn't know whether my 10 boxes would go through. I ordered them off of Amazon. Well, my mate ordered it for me. Well, okay, I bought it off him because he ordered way too many. So it was never confirmed whether Amazon would ship it or not. And then as it got closer and closer, we were always on edge, especially to the fact that if they did ship it, I would be up like $7,000 immediately, USD. So I was on the edge of my seat, and I was so scared whether they'd fulfill it or not. And there was once where he called me. No, he sent a GIF on Facebook, and it was like an anime saying like it's done. And then when he sent that, I was like, let's freaking go. I called him. We were freaking out. We're like, let's freaking go. Because both of us were up like almost 5 figures, dude. Talking in AUD pricing, both of us were up 5 figures on it. And then both of us sold all our boxes and then never looked back since. But it's still a really good item nonetheless. So it is worth buying onto, holding, and all that jazz. Definitely worth it for sure. But guys, it is late. I got to hit the sack. I'm sorry, ProKey Accountant, you just joined in. I feel bad because I'm probably going to dip soon. I'm accepting that kind of Mr. Sword and Shield, but I want like 2 to 4K more in Prismatic before it goes out of print. Yeah, that's fair. I get that. Yeah, sorry, ProKey Accountant, that you just joined when I'm probably going to end the stream. But yeah, I am tired. It is late, and I do need to get rest because I am still sick. So yeah, but if you haven't seen my latest video, make sure to see it. I did upload it a couple of hours ago. And also, if you're in the Discord server, make sure to join it. And then finally, if you are shopping on eBay or TCG Player, please use my affiliate link. Both of the affiliate links are in the description. Before you make your purchase, you just click the link and then happy days. I know all of you guys going to make investments. Please do not forget with the eBay or TCG Player link. A mate of mine, he spends a lot of money on eBay, and he always shows me all the items that I got. I'm like, that's great, but I checked eBay, I checked the website, and I didn't get any affiliates lately, so I don't think you forgot to use my code, so it's very easy to forget. So yeah, please do not forget. Anyways, yeah, final thing, Young Rudy gang shit. Yeah, it's pretty stupid, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Discord server is quite like goofy, if you will. A lot of jokes go down in there, so do make sure to join it. Also, it's wild that you're on Saturday and I'm just starting my Friday. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's usually just how time works, to be honest. But look, I guess it is more crazy for you. For me, I'm used to it because like on online releases, like updates for video games, it would always say like updating on the 5th, but then for me it would be the 6th. Used to that, but I guess the other way around, it's more surprising to you. But because I always go by the States, a lot of time I go by USD pricing and the States time anyways. So I usually don't even go by my own time. Whenever I look at the price of Bitcoin or of Honest Guys or whatever, I always go based off USD. Even getting paid, I go based off USD. So I usually am just fully like in USD mode. So I guess it's probably a bit more of a jump for you than me. But anyways, but yeah, guys, that's going to do it for today's stream. Thank you for joining. I will catch you in the next one. Yeah, until next time.